I believed in myself when I was nothing, and now I am getting to something and I'm proving myself. Stop me now. Try to put self-doubt in me where I had no one by my side and I was believing myself.
Paolo Gemmell, the strength and conditioning mastermind pushing the limits of combat sports. Paolo is known for his relentless drive, unparalleled expertise, and a mindset that sets him apart in the world of S&C. With a proven track record of working with top athletes, Paolo is redefining how champions prepare both physically and mentally to dominate their sport.
I grew up into sports. My dad was my best coach. I'm talking nothing scientific about it. It's just pure savage training. And I started finding an interest in seeing how my performance was not necessarily better technically, but the hard work I put into things dictated how I was performing. Just change the perception. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Just see the good in it. That's why I say I pick and choose the people I work with too. Because if you have been desperate, I know if you've been through that, there's nothing stopping you. Honestly, I've been telling myself things not to say just in case.
No, this guy.
It depends what it is, isn't it?
We don't really edit out anything. It just depends if the person wants it in or doesn't want it in. We go rogue.
Mate, for me, I'm just saying it
As
for
long
you
as
guys.
it's
I'm nuts. Like a thing is I don't want to
Say what you want, man.
We go rogue. We're going rogue on it.
raw dog in a podcast.
Yeah, no, we're alright with that shit. To be fair,
We care
like swearing and
Slightly,
all that. Yeah, so what you saying? You're installing boxing rings all round?
Yeah. I don't even know how I got into it. It's just it's one of those jobs. You never think about it. You go to show, you see the boxing ring. Oh, the DJ's good. Oh, the lights are sick. Fucking boxing ring. Someone had to put that there.
Yeah.
That's what I do, and it's sick. When you at the beginning, it's quite hard because some rings can be quite hard and heavy on your body. Then with the guy I'm working with now, it's quite easy. We fix the rings. We came up with a different type of system. So much that goes into it. You're like, put it in 30 minutes, fuck off all day.
So do you do all the lights and that everything?
It depends.
Or is it just...
It depends on the jobs. Like we're starting to implement that. But
Yeah.
I feel like people don't want to spend the money.
No.
So they'd rather spend $3,000 on the lights and then whatever it is on the boxing ring. Just get it all together.
Because who else does it? Total Sounds does that sort of thing,
Uniboxing
didn't
does
they?
it as well.
Yeah.
But we're the best.
Yeah.
It was so good. Uniboxing does it, but they've got a lot of rings out. They've got 18, 20 foot, 16 foot. We've got the 18 and 16 because 20 is rarely out.
Yeah.
Only like pro and high level. Even Dan on his last fight he had a 16 foot.
Yeah.
Because Hitman League just wanted 16 foot. And I'm like, what?
Was that small?
It's very small, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, even Dan said like I felt crumbed up, and he fought in rings that were massive. You get more space and it looks class.
It's probably a bit better in Muay Thai to be in a bigger ring.
You're in a
isn't it?
bigger
Yeah, I
ring,
think
more
more
movement,
promoters
innit?
do it because they shit themselves and they want an exciting fight because they're really not confident about their matchmaking. So
I suppose it's more explosive, isn't it, if you have a small ring?
yeah, but then
two
technique
little
goes
dogs,
out the window.
you
It
have to
just
scrap.
turns into a scrap, and you're like fucking clinching all the way around. Might as well do some wrestling.
Yeah. But guess what? So 20 foot. What are they using with that one? Was that like high level boxing, like
Boxing
pro?
mostly, yeah.
The-
Even 21, I think
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, it's massive. You get in there and you're like, what the fuck? I'm glad I don't do the 20 foot because there's a lot of boards to put. You basically do the frame, you do the pieces of metal, then you do a big blocks of wood, firewoods, carry them and put them on. It's better work.
Fucking hell. What is that the same? You have to put the sponge on as well.
You never really think about a ring, do you?
I never knew. I thought all rings were exactly the same on top until I see that video of Tyson Fury and Klitschko. You know, when they were moaning about the ring and they were saying we're not fighting on that; it's too spongy. I was like, I didn't know that was even a thing. Like, I just thought it's all the same. Yeah,
they just it's an excuse to complain. Like even at the top level, you find some people that when they put the ring together, it's like slightly off level, and you're like, how the fuck are you fighting on that?
Yeah.
But they don't really care enough. That you'd be surprised how many promoters at high level don't really want to pay the money. I'm like, yeah, I'll settle for that. I'm like, what? Are you okay? So you put the plyo, then you put the underlay, and then
And that goes on top of the ring?
Yeah, and then you put the canvas out.
What? I never knew that.
there's a lot. Does it take long to put up?
I'm pretty quick now. It's
Yeah.
1 hour.
Yeah.
But it can take up to 2 hours.
To do a full size ring?
Yeah. It depends how long the walk is to the actual venue, but the ropes are a headache because see them all lined up. To get them lined up from the side like that, it needs to be calculated. When you tighten them up all at the same time, when you set them up, it needs to be set up in a certain way. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's long, man. It's good because then you go to good venues and you get the best tickets. You do whatever you want. You walk in the venue like, oh, do you have your bracelet? No, I'll put the ring up, mate.
Yeah.
But then you're there for the whole day, aren't you?
Yeah,
and then you take it down at night, or do you take it down the next day?
Part.
Yeah,
it depends on the venue.
Yeah,
like the O2 it's same day because they're busy. But yeah.
So what do you work for yourself? Yeah.
I do the strength and conditioning for myself. The boxing ring is for someone else.
Oh, okay.
And with someone else.
Yeah,
But I've done it for so long now. I'm kind of like, he said he's number 2. So I don't know if maybe sooner or later I might just invest money in the cages because that's where the money's now. Even Thai boxing has been done in cages or different shapes. Have you seen the bare knuckle? They do it they've done it in triangles.
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
They've done the ones
what are they?
karate combat as well. Like
They're normally round.
Ridiculously good. Yeah, it's literally a triangle and it's like to beat each other up.
They're trying to figure out ways of doing it so you can't get away or
and it KOs. Because KO's get the
But in a fucking triangle.
Yeah, that's weird.
They've
Coming
done
up
it
with
phone
weird.
boxing.
Like a dairy triangle.
Car jiu-jitsu. They're strangling each other with the fucking.
Oh my God! Yeah,
bro.
that's savage.
That's savage.
That's just
That's just Russian and Polish people, man.
Yeah.
If you want to be a weirdo, if you want to throw some punches, just do it. It's not. There's no technique involved. How do you practice for that? Just go to training in your car and just start beating people up.
So what cages? Like what MMA cages?
MMA.
That's
cages,
where
yeah.
that's where it is.
That's where the money is.
Yeah.
But it's awkward to set up. It's very awkward because the boards are still square, but somehow you need to make a fucking octagon.
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
Yeah, you don't think of it, do you? I don't think.
Yeah, there's a lot of system that goes into it, but you can.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what.
Have you always been doing that?
It just comes shit.
No, it's only like 3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's good because like my main job is fighters.
Yeah.
And then on the weekend I still deal with fighting in one way or another.
Yeah.
And you get to see some names. You're like, see, how would he be with Liam? How would he be with Dan? You know.
So a lot of the rings you do Muay Thai.
No, boxing
or
mainly.
boxing.
We have a lot of white collar.
It's whatever the most shows are. There's most shows of boxing, isn't there?
Yeah, it's every weekend. Like, you'd be surprised, but promoters amongst each other. Like I know Elite Frog had that little debate, but that's nothing compared to what people talk shit about each other behind them.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to make money, but no one wants to pay. But there's white collars. That's where they make most of the money. Kent is the worst one for what is it? Journeyman.
Is it?
Oh, it's ridiculous, man. Like I've seen someone fight 5 times in a night. and he was shit. He got sparked 5 times in a row. I'm like, surely some doctor should have said, "Nah, we'll stop it now. That's bad."
Yeah.
And he was like, he must have weighed like 50 kilos. Adult man, bald, like his legs were this thin, and he's just fighting over and over again. I'm like, mate, what? Are you okay? By the end of it,
white collar.
Yeah.
It's not.
They're pretty.
That's where they do allow
the
you
shit.
to go in again and again,
Yeah,
and the unlicensed as well.
Yeah,
I heard about
terrible,
unlicensed
mate.
people fighting
That's
like
bad.
3 times
Yeah,
and getting
terrible.
like knocked out and then coming back
To be
2
fair,
fights later, which is pretty crazy.
What was it? A few weeks ago, we went to Gray's and they had a K1 and Muay Thai show. This guy, an absolute savage, just got in the ring once, bang, 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 powerful KO, won. And then after a few fights, saw him again. I'm like, hold on, what? And then won again. And then won again. In the third fight, I'm like, you are. That is when you're like, all right, fucking hell.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that. But again, it was against average opponents.
Yeah.
If he gets with someone like people we know, then you're like,
On a good show.
yeah, neutralised. Like 20 seconds. Like, because a lot of people you're basically neutralising people's power. Like that counts nothing. Like you can be as explosive as you want, but get someone with technique. I've seen that, like Dan McGowan, prime example. Like he don't care who he's got in front of him. He could be a machine, power, strong. So bump teep at the right moment, right time. Like fuck. You can't do anything. It's like people.
He's like an
read you.
old man in the sport, though. Man.
Yeah,
like,
you know what?
he looks so young, but
It's
you don't
so
remember that he comes
frustrating.
with years.
That's what he said. He done that little video the other day, innit? Kind of retirement video that wasn't a retirement video. And
He's a fossil.
He's like the youngest, oldest in charge.
What did he do? He done a retirement video. I haven't even seen the
so he put a video like asking, when am I going to fight again? long ass video, didn't even answer his own question, and he says that too. He's like, oh, because I've been 20 years in the sport. People don't realise my body's got battering, and it is true. Every time he goes for a camp, back goes, shoulder goes. It's just because his body just done that over and over again. Doesn't want to know anything about it.
Yeah.
As soon as he starts a camp 3 weeks in, shoulder goes, back goes, and no S&C can save that. Because that's what I tell people. Like, if you're fighting, forget health, because people are like, oh, we do this camp, we do it in a certain way because we want to be healthy. If you want to be healthy, don't fight. Like, are you stupid?
Yeah.
Or even
it's
to a certain
true.
extent to nutrition. Oh, we do it because we want health. No, you don't. You want to win. You want to perform at the top level. That's what I think. I'm best at my job. Like, I differentiate things. If you're competing, competition and health have never been known to go hand in hand. Never. You just can't do it. You're either healthy or you do a savage sport. You don't do Thai boxing. Your shins are clashing other people's heads. You're eating elbows for a living. Don't think about health. You try and minimise the risk of it, but at the end of the day, when I'm training, I'm not thinking, how do I make him healthy? I know that at the end of an 8-week camp, you're going to war, and a lot of things can happen. So I don't give a fuck about health. I want you to kill the other guy before he kills you. No, and nutrition to a certain extent too. Like, you need to do things healthily, yes, but then these guys need to be savage. Even the weight cuts. The other day, I was in a sauna with her. She fucked up with the weight cut, to be fair.
Can this go in?
If you want.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was a little bit delayed, the way she was weight cutting, because Christmas was, just gone.
Yeah.
We got there, we got one day out, sauna day, 65.6, and she needed to fight a 60. There's nothing healthy of losing 5 kilos.
Yeah. Weight cutting's just
I'm making all this healthy. Like, fighters need to be healthy. We're stretching for health. You're not, mate. In 2 weeks, she's got to sit in a sauna and towels over her, just shaking, trying not to die.
Yeah.
There's nothing healthy about that. So that's my perception of it. A lot of people still need to get into that mood, but there's nothing healthy about fighting, and you accept it. Even with kids. Oh, but should kids do this? Should kids do that? The way you train kids should be different from adults because they need to enjoy it. Fuck that. There's Thai kids at 7 years old that are fighting elbows, knees. MMA fighters, same thing. Why do I want to delay his success? He decided that he wants to be a fighter. So be it. I'm going to train you like a fighter. Certain elements are going to change with training, but most of it is just going to be, I'm turning you into a machine. And I do it. It's horrible to say. I know your whole career is not going to be long, but we're here for a good time, not a long time. Like, if you want glory, you're not going to be glorious until 6 years of age fighting in the ring.
Gladiators weren't doing it.
Yeah, mate, gladiators are a prime example. If you read a lot of books on gladiators, the shit they used to do, savage, and they don't care. They did it from a young age. We see things as we see them now in terms of 2025, but people were very young. Gladiators were younger than we think. They were all thrown there, and they were all training like crazy amounts. Do you think they were complaining about a broken toe?
It is true, yeah. It's life or death.
They were kind of gay as well, weren't they?
So I think
it goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
Kind of fruity, yeah.
Yeah, they were a bit gay, weren't they? Because they're bringing up like the TV shows and they're gay, and I'm like, well, why are they pushing this gay agenda on us again? But I actually think they were gay.
So this is the thing. Can I say this?
Yeah, you can say it. Say it.
It's worse because I call it greedy, because they said men are for pleasure and fun, women are for reproduction, just getting kids out there. So that's just how it went.
Yeah.
Men, pleasure and fun. Women, just give us kids, give us the next gladiators and soldiers. That's fucking horrible. Greeks, same thing.
Yeah, they were fruity, the 300s and that, weren't they?
Yeah, very fruity.
Real gay. Apparently, that's what they said. It helped them like their brotherhood as well.
Oh, no. You just look at them differently, don't you know?
I'd strong on the battlefield. Talk about brotherhood.
That's why there's only 300 of them. They were the last one standing, brother. Yeah. They didn't turn to the dark side.
The dark side, yeah. Awkward history
But
I'm just gonna say, yeah, it worked. So
Yeah.
what the fuck?
100%.
What the fuck?
Paolo,
Brothers in arms.
yeah.
No.
That's why we wanted you on, man. Obviously, we see what you're doing out there.
Yeah.
With all the fighters, obviously with Dan's camps. Obviously you got Liam and that now, but just pushing that strength and conditioning
Yeah.
to the next level. For anyone who don't know you, who's watching, obviously strength and conditioning coach. You've got your own courses now, out or coming out.
So I've done a school community.
Yeah.
Community is it's just imagine a Facebook where you just pay for a lot of information.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
a lot of times on Instagram when I put stuff, you don't really put the whole story because you need reach, you need followers, you need people to be interested. So you don't put the whole story, you don't put the whole caption, or you kind of luring people in.
Drip feeding us.
Of course, you know, but you know, it cost me 4 years of uni and a whole life of trial and error. So I can't give them all the information. So from there, send them to this community. And do you know Alex Homo?
Yeah, he does the school. He's the one that does the school.
It's so good because I put all my programs there. I took all my programs out.
Does it as well.
He was on
in
the
school.
leaderboard.
He was on the
Yeah.
leaderboard, wasn't
There's
he?
so much
Yeah.
that goes in there. A lot of people, different. It's sports, business, every sort of thing you can do and you can teach. You can go in school. We have live calls with people. We had Dan on talking to people. Q&A, Technique Tuesday, a lot of stuff. And the best thing is that it's a community, so people from all over the world can literally communicate and say, I'm at this stage of my career. I'm at this stage of my career. It's sick to see. You know, I just came from nothing, and I was seeing people from all over the world just talking to each other. Oh, I've done this, I'm fighting this day, sharing whatever it is, if the progress, the S&C progress, fighting progress. I'm like just sitting back, I'm like building a little empire, talking about Romans, you know.
Yeah.
So I just love that.
Brothers.
So without any
Strong.
say I sit that back. Just, if they want to roll like that, they can roll like that. But
We ain't judging, but we
no,
judge
I don't judge. I think, but I don't judge. But yeah, I've done that school community. I used to do programs, a lot of programs, but I think a lot of people don't stick to the programs when they got it there and it's like only 50 quid. Like you do it, or maybe I won't do it, whatever. It doesn't matter. When you have people post in the community and they're like, I've done this week, I'm winning. What about you? Puts that pressure on you. Like, I need to be better than them.
Yeah.
Healthy competition,
Yeah.
it is, but you want to be better than them, so they stick to it a little bit better. So now I just put everything on school, and it's
You're finding like-minded people as well in the community.
exactly. And you wanna surround yourself with people that are either better than you or doing your same journey. So you're kind of again competing with them.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man.
Yeah, definitely.
What was life growing up like for you? Like when it all started. Let's take it all the way back. Give
mate.
people a
It
bit of
started-
background. on
Young
you.
Paolo.
Yeah.
The thing is, S&C, professionally, it started after uni, but I've always been in S&C. I think a lot of it comes from my parents. Like, great family, loving family, but my dad's savage. He came from a taekwondo background, and he used to deal with Koreans. That's where the whole sport started. But he grew into the poor Italy. So there's a lot of just going out on the street and being a savage. That's how it used to be there. There's no knives, no guns. It's just like beating people up. Like, you survive, I'll survive.
What part of Italy?
South Italy.
South Italy.
It's the narrowest part of Italy, actually. Beautiful. Go left, there's a sea. Go right, there's a sea. Amazing. Anyway.
But the south and the north are very different, man.
Yeah, they're racist
they're
pricks
very,
at the north.
The south are very they look a bit more rugged. Everything's a bit more rough
It
and
is,
rugged
but
down
it-
there. Like,
No-
you know, like the
no,
northerners
it
for
is,
England
it is.
and the southerners, it's the other way around for them. Like Naples and stuff like that's the
Oh,
south. And
mate.
even Rome's a bit like
Rome is a bit touristy, so it's just run down.
ghetto in Rome.
It is, but
Yeah.
I tell you what, Naples, what the
Naples
fuck?
is
Don't
so
go there if
crazy.
you've got Nexus showing off or watch showing off. But when I go to North Italy, I speak English. Otherwise, they treat me a lot differently. If they catch up on my accent, they call us monkeys. They call us North Africans. That's not even funny. Like, it's funny for me, but it's not a funny thing. Like, they call us North Africans. Oh dear.
Oh, that's never knew that. How is it? Do you know what the thing is with Italians? Yeah, everyone would say they're racist. They're racist.
They're racist against each other. They're not even...
But I'm like,
yeah.
But I'm like, they're like when I've seen racism, it's been like to like really black people.
Yeah.
Like not really to like mix because they're dark. A lot of them are dark anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of like with the Spanish, Croatians and that. I'm like, how can you be that racist when you're that tanned anyway and dark?
Italians are not
Dusty.
So
Yeah, dusty,
Italians are just. They just hate everyone, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's just hatred.
I call
It
it.
don't matter. And they say it with passion.
I call it selective racism. Like it don't. If they find every part that's vulnerable of you, they'll just attack that.
Yeah,
you know, they don't give a fuck about skin color. At the end of the day, they honestly they don't care. Italian people are very, very warm. Not northern cunts. Northerns, I hate them.
Yeah.
But they just hate anything that has to do with you. If you're not their friends, they just hate you. So South Italian people, I think they just hate them because it comes from a place of history just before the Roman Empire, because the Roman Empire couldn't actually catch up on how Italy was doing because we were still part of Greece. We were called Magna Grecia, which is Big Greece. So it took them a little bit longer to catch up on us. So we stayed in behind. Then a lot of shit went on, and I don't even know half of it. But we stayed in behind economically. Then when money was sent to us, mafia started coming through. So we didn't get anything. So we were the poors of Italy. So they just looked down to us. And then we never got a chance to really catch up on things. And I don't know, easy to hate on people that don't have the chance to grow as you're growing, you know. But South Italy is the best place in the world. I'm telling you.
It's the nicest parts of Italy I've been to.
And North Italy, they criticise us. They call us monkeys and
I can't believe there's hatred between the
Actually,
two sides
so
of Italy.
my region is called Calabria.
Yeah.
And they call us Calafrica.
Yeah.
It's
Why?
bad.
Because you're so far down, they're just saying you're by Africa. Why
I
they?
don't really know.
Darker than them or something. Like, what is
At a
that?
certain point where I'm like, I just laugh it off because I'm like, I see you in summer here, so why are you chatting shit now?
Yeah. Was you born in Italy?
Yeah. I moved here when I was 15.
Oh, gee. Oh, God. Yeah, your English accent's good then.
Mum's English.
You can hear like a hint of you.
Yeah, sometimes.
But I didn't know if you just speak it all the time at home or you actually.
When I'm angry, Italian comes out. I start talking like Davide from, what was it, Lava?
Yeah.
It's madness. But yeah, going back to growing up, I grew up into sports. My dad was my best coach. And I'm talking nothing scientific about it. It's just pure savage training. When you start hurting, let's keep going. Because that's what he grew up with. And he grew up training 6-7 hours a day, smashing people up just for fun. Everything was fighting for him. So I think that's where it all started. And I started finding interest in seeing how my performance was not necessarily better technically, but the hard work I put into things dictated how I was performing. And the gym, we had a lot of experiments. I remember doing stuff with my dad, and then going to uni, new research was coming out and it was giving it a name. And I was like, fuck, my dad told me to do this 10 years ago. And he's no scientist. Like we were doing, we had a little gym. My dad invested in a little gym, and we were doing squats, leg extension, leg curl, then rest, and then we're going for sprints right afterwards. And he was like, no, this is going to make you more powerful. I'm like, what the fuck? There's me as a 12 years old. I'm like, what the fuck, Dad? And now that's got a name, PAP, post-activation potentiation, where you do an exercise and then it potentiates your sprints or whatever you do in your jumps. I'm like, the guy's a genius. But then you don't realise until you're a kid, because my dad and I didn't really have always the healthiest relationship, because he's a savage, so he only knows war, and the way he shows love is not always the way that you would say people show love. But a loving person, I love my dad. Like, he's always affectionate and that. But he's he came from a coaching background, and he lived in a gym, like not living like sleeping in a gym, but you're literally living in a gym 6 hours a day with people shouting at you in Korean. Like you won't know how to communicate to people that well. You only know violence. And that's how he won Italian championships. That's how he was known around all Italy. People were afraid of him, so he felt like a god. And I thank my dad for all the work that he's put into me, because he made me a savage. Not only body, when I was playing football, I was really, really good, but also mentally. It changed you. The hard work, when you go into deep ends and dark places, and you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You don't realise it, but after a few years, you're like, this has changed me. Because if you see kids nowadays, they're all pussies. Oh, look at them like, you don't know what hard work is. That's why you quit. That's why you don't make it. Even if you've got so much talent, you'll never make it. Like you haven't been through physical pain, because physical pain, in my opinion, is the best representation of how you conduct yourself in your mind. If you get through physical pain, that's no problem. With the mind, easy. Because you take control of your own feelings and your own perception of pain. Is when you're comfortable with the hardest parts of your life, that's when you really succeed. Even when, and this goes really deep into when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling lonely, that's the same sort of feeling of when you're feeling pain. Try doing an 800 meter sprint, and you know it's going to be six sets for the day, and you're like, fuck this. Like that sort of feeling can be sort of related to sadness, loneliness, and you just have to be vulnerable, accept it. And you're like, okay, now I'm putting it there. So it just builds different relationship with yourself. So my bringing up was just training, no friends. I mean, I had school friends, but I've never partied. I've missed that part of life, but I'm glad I did, because there's so much time to party. I was always training, experimenting. I was always obsessed with the art of training into the gym, getting faster, getting stronger. Then I came to England, playing football in England, and the first thing a coach says, I'm no fucking giant now, I'm a midget, but first thing they told me is, are you too weak? I was like, what? And then my competitive side comes out. I'm like, don't tell me that again. So I became strong as fuck.
Yeah.
And then I played football a little bit, but getting stronger, the act of getting stronger, I actually started liking that more than football. And in football, there's a lot of corruption that goes in. So I'm like, fuck this. I need to do something where it only depends on me and on my hard work. I don't want to share the blame with 10 other people. And sometimes I remember playing so well and putting my heart in, and then I look next to me and there's an idiot. I was like, oh, it's because I feel like we're losing. Like, oh my God, like, my emotions. Like, fuck you. Like, bro, I'm running my head off here and you're just acting like a pussy. Not having that. So that got to me. I'm not really a team player per se. I work well in teams, but I'm not a team player. I can't do that because you have to decide the people you work along. And that's why I hang around Dan so much. His mentality goes well with mine. And that's why I work with a lot of fighters. And I actually pick and choose who I work with, because I'm like, even if they pay me, I'll still pick and choose. I don't give a fuck, because I want your success. And you're paying me just so I can stay alive and pay my bills, enjoy life. But at the end of the day, I want you to really get something out of this. It's not you come here, become fitter, and then it's all done. I want you to reach max potential. I want you to look at yourself in a year's time and say, what the fuck have I become? So I kind of want to work in groups of people that are like-minded. That's why I don't just train anyone.
So I just want to quickly go back. So when your dad was training you,
yeah,
was he training you for a specific purpose? Was you looking to go into taekwondo? Was he training you?
No,
training. Was it just
become
training?
A footballer
for football?
And he was a genius, because he never played football, but we have some sort of trait there where we look at a sport, we analyze it, and we are able to break it down. I don't know if it's genetics or what, but I do feel the same attachment to a lot of sports where you break it down. You're like, to have this skill, I need to do a bit more of this, a bit more of that. So a lot of trial and error, and we were smashing it, mate. My dad was just training me to become a footballer, so I was doing my training with the football team, but then a lot of it was athletic training, gym, sprints, even technical drills mixed into sprints and whatnot. But we were on it a lot. I remember running at 14 years old, 12 o'clock, summer, 40 degrees, and my warm-up was running 10 times around a football pitch at high pace. And when I say high pace, it's like your dad's just looking at you, walking about spinning, looking at you, and if you drop the pace, like, faster! I'm like, I'm going fast. Like, your chest is burning. He's like, I'm going to throw up. He's like, no, you're not. I'm like, okay, fine. That's the things you deal with. But I'm so happy I've done it now. Sometimes I look back, I'm like, how the fuck was I doing that at 14?
Built a mindset from young.
Yeah, definitely. And my brother's the same. My brother played at high level. He played with Sampdoria, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
He's done well.
Sampdoria is fucking professional footballer.
Yeah. Well, he played.
Man's saying it,
I'm just brushing it off. Like, Sampdoria, like they're not in the top division.
He played for Serie B too.
Yeah.
Some team called Grodane. I mean, Really good. I played for a team that is in Serie B now. I used to play as a kid, Catanzaro. They were quite good, but they didn't really treat me well. I'll tell you this little story just to tell you what me and my dad are like. So we were playing. There's a lot of shit that goes on in football that you do not see, you'll never find out. So we do the trials in our little town. 400 kids come out. 22 of these kids get chosen, and I was one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, I embarrassed the fuck out of anyone that was in front of me, because that for me, that was my life. This team is going pro, and we get a chance to be in their academy. That means I get a future. So pre-season goes, and I'm waiting to play. I'm waiting to train. Out of nowhere, 7 new kids come in. I'm talking, we are 12, 13. 7 new kids, and no one saw. They come in, they're playing, and they're shit. And they're playing where I'm supposed to play, my position in the first team kind of thing. I'm like, how the fuck is that possible? This guy has a first touch for. How is he playing football? And then first training session, okay. With the Saturday comes, we're supposed to play. My name is not there. I'm like, that's not nice. How? I'm faster than them. I'm stronger than them. Technically, I know I've got them every day. Whatever, it's just coach's decision. Second week, same thing. A month goes by, and my dad is starting to get vexed. But he's like, okay, starting to think. And remember, my dad is not a guy that talks. But for the love of his own son, he's trying to keep it in. So imagine how much that is eating him inside. I could literally smoke all these fuckers, but I'm deciding to stay quiet. So I go to the coach, I'm like, why am I not playing? Like, what the fuck is going on? And then we basically, actually, my dad went to one of the other parents, and he's like, I don't know why my son is not playing. Like, what is this? The guy gets out his checkbook. He's like, because you don't do these. And he's got his checkbook out.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, what the fuck? You guys are paying for your kids to play. They're 12. What are you doing? So after a few months, we decide to get away from the team. So my dad, he gives me the speech in the car. And he's like, what are you going to do now? You're going to go in the change room, strip your clothes off, the team's clothes, throw them on the floor and say, you're going to say this. I'm not a pussy. I'm going. And then other stuff. It's just long ass conversation. And I had to do that. So there's the team's manager, the first team's manager. And he's like, okay, guys, let's go and train. I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta do that. No. Stand up. Just rip my shirt off, throw it, shorts off. And I'm like, I'm not going. I'm out of here. And they're like, why? I was like, because you don't know anything about fucking football. All these cunts are paying to play. And his face went, how tell me something. How am I supposed to become a football player if I'm not getting the chance? Yeah, but sometimes it's a coach's choice. It's like, well, his choice is shit.
But if you have that sort of attitude in football, you will never make it.
Yeah, you'll never make it.
They want yes men. They want system players. You have to be like in the system. Don't say nothing.
Yeah.
And look at what they do. They do it with everyone. Anyone who speaks up and has a personality, they get
off. I'm there, 13 years old, speaking to an adult man. I'm like, I don't care what you say. Like, I know you receive money to play. It's not about skill. You're literally putting my skill to sleep. I'm a training buddy so they can get better. You're using me so they can see how to play football. And he's like, no, but anyway, if you decide to go, door is always open. I was like, you might as well fucking shut it.
Yeah.
Walked out like a savage.
Did you carry on playing football after that?
Yeah, but it's quite hard, you know. After you do that, I went to England, played for a few academies, but then same exact thing, man. And I'm like, do I really want that? I'm training 5-6 hours a day, and I'm seeing these guys that are nothing compared to me. They make it, because if you train with good people, sooner or later you're gonna get good. You know. So people that were shit, they come into the academy, they're playing against people like me and a lot of other people that were even better than me, and they're getting better because they're learning. If you spar with someone that is better than you, you're gonna become good at sparring. You know. So I just said, you know, I'll go to uni, study what I like, and see where that takes me. And from there, it's all history, really.
You ever play any other levels other than like academies, like when you were 16, 17, 18, like men's?
Yeah, I tried.
Like semi-pro
yeah,
and stuff like that.
Yeah, I liked it. It's a bit more physical. Like, you don't get to show off your technique a lot because it's a lot on you. And you'd be surprised, some semi-pro teams are actually better than academy levels just because they put a lot of pressure on you. But I feel like if you're a footballer, you need that. You need to learn how to play under pressure, but then also have the skill to do whatever you want. But semi-pros are a lot of over your head, just throw the ball and chase.
Yeah.
I'm a midfielder. Like, I'm not seeing any of them. I'm just looking at them. Plus, I'm not really going to play a physical game at 16, am I? Because I was literally the skinniest kid. My thing was get on the ball and just ping it.
What was
left,
the technical differences like from Italy to England?
Italy's more technical, much more technical, because they don't have that sort of pressure. But English players are athletes, which is something I always appreciated. Until I went into S&C, then I saw that football has no fucking clue how to do S&C.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I'm seeing Premier League's team, and they're doing stupid shit. This is activation. No, it's not. Do this to get stronger, and like leg extensions, Bosu balls. And what the fuck are you doing?
So they're
Like,
not even training really for.
and these players are worth millions. You realise these players are worth millions, and you're not investing in an S&C coach. How dumb are you? Like, you're missing out. I believe that a lot of athletes, we have not seen a lot of sports reach peak performance yet. NFL Pro is the only one because they train properly, and that's S&C coaches are paid like big money there.
Yeah, they're athletes.
Yeah, they're athletes. But
overall.
see,
like,
when they
whole
say, "Oh,
athlete.
don't get too big, you'll get slower." Explain to me how that guy weighs that much and runs faster than any football player I
pads
know.
on.
With pads on, and gets hit. Like,
Yeah.
come on, like, be
No,
realistic. You just don't
yeah.
know how to train people.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of science that needs to happen there. I'm pretty sure. But sorry to say, footballers are pussies. I remember playing football, and I was a bit of a pussy too. And then you see other sports, and you're like, "Oh, okay, this is how you're supposed to train."
Yeah, I appreciate the NFL athletes because I love the whole
savage.
how they train and how big they are.
Yeah.
like a big guy, 240 pounds, can run like 100 meters like in 10 seconds.
Yeah, you look at them
Come
and you're
on,
like,
man.
okay, so that is possible. But how do we see that and we're still able to say, oh, don't do strength workouts because they make you slower? No, they don't. Your poor attitude makes you slower. So look at Liam. Have you seen him? He's a machine, fast as fuck. Any athlete, even marathon runners now are starting to do heavy training, and they are improving their times. Stronger muscle is harder to break, and it can produce more force. But
Why was weight training always put off? Why did it? Because they always thought it was good for, like, you should always just stick to doing your sport.
Because I think a lot of it comes from bodybuilders. You look at bodybuilders and you're like, you're stiff, you're stocky, you can't really move well. And a lot of people come to me and say, but I don't want to get too big. And I'm like, mate, I've been training for 10 years. It don't work that well.
You know what I hate when women say, like, they say when they're going to train and they're going to be like, but I don't want to look like a muscle mummy. It's like, bitch, do you know how long it's going to take you to get there?
Yeah, first of all, genetic component. Second of all, people don't understand how many people do gear.
Yeah,
Even women.
Yeah.
I know a lot of... Sorry.
No, it's not you. It's somewhere else.
A lot of women do a lot of steroids, and you'll never know.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't expect them to do it because they look defined, they look shredded, they look like good physique.
Sometimes the voice goes a little, doesn't it?
It depends what drug you take.
Does it?
What about the clit? You know about the clit?
Hanging.
Shit!
No, it's
Why
true,
did he say it like that though? Man said it like he was speaking
Man knows.
normal conversation.
Yeah,
with you.
he just
With the clip. You know about the clip. Like, what the fuck? I'm sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck are you two on?
Yeah.
And he's nodding. He's nodding.
'Cause we know.
He didn't even laugh. Man was serious.
you're laughing until you see it, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that actually is a thing. Yeah, the clit goes. Yeah, that goes.
got a
Hangs.
bean on the
What
Starts-
does it do? Like, goes just.
Starts hanging, mate.
Does it just get big?
It's like a little
Yeah.
cock.
What is it like?
You've seen a lot of them. I mean, clits.
What is it like? Because of the testosterone or something? Like, why does it start getting
I think
bigger?
it's like with steroids in general, because you have more testosterone, you start having male features.
Yeah.
I don't know more than that really.
But I suppose
I
it's
know-
like when males are taking like estrogen and stuff, they start growing fucking little tits.
No, so that
don't
happens
they, you know?
because you take tests, and your body is always trying to reach homeostasis, so balance between the hormones. So as soon as the test goes up, your body's like, I need to catch up with estrogen. So it's starting to catch up, and then you have the female features, which is mood swings. That's the worst one. When you see, if you know people that do steroids and they're quite open about it, oh my days, they have moments where you're like, stop being a little. It's like having a girlfriend. Like, I can't say names in this one really, but
don't.
I had a mate and he'd done a lot of tests. And one day he's coming to the gym and he went for a full meltdown. He sat on the couch. He's like, I don't ever want to gym anymore. I'm like, what? Brother, are you okay? He's like, you don't understand me. I'm like, who are you talking to? Like, you're not my girlfriend. He's like, no, you don't understand me. You people do not understand me. I'm going through a hard moment. I'm like, what happened? My boss just doesn't understand me. I'm like, mate, what's happening? He's like, and then a few days later, he was talking about his nipples losing water or something like that. I'm like, what? I was still new to all this. And I talked to the guy. I was like, oh, fuck. Just tell him to take these pills. I'm like, what? Anyway, fucked. It's like dealing with women.
Yes, it's emotional. Is there a safe way to do it though?
I guess there's. So,
do you agree with steroids or?
Oh, I love this topic. I really love this topic because, first of all, I know a lot of people in the industry, especially fighting, that are against it, and I know for a fact they take it. I know for a fact they take it because then I know they have mates. Then I know who gets it for them. You know, I know everything. So, I'm not against it. I'm not for it. But even with training, I need you to justify what's happening. So if you are taking tests because you want to look bigger, you're stupid. Unless you're competing to become Miss Olympia, first of all, you should be genetically a freak if you want to be Miss Olympia. So test is not going to do much. Then remember, testosterone was there for medical reasons. It was implemented for medical reasons where if a man's starting to have low tests, then you have a lot of horrible things that can happen to you. So you want to catch up with that. You don't want your tests to be low. So what it started to be is what I'm doing is I'm introducing tests so I can get your levels back to normal. So there's a range. You want to be in that range all the time. So if that is the case and your doctor says you need testosterone, then fine, it's your doctor. I know a lot of people when they get injured, there's some solid research out there. You get injured, growth hormone can help you a lot. So yeah, sure. If you're doing it because you have some sort of injury and, you know, your doctor said this and that, then okay. If you're doing it just because you want the edge, you're never going to get the edge with tests. You can recover a lot faster. So people that are training, a lot of fighters in the game, they don't take tests to look bigger, but they do it so they can train 4 to 5 hours a day without getting injured. Because tests to a certain level helps your recovery. So whatever you're doing as a natural human being, you can do it over and over again, never feel injured. It doesn't give you that much of an edge as people think. It would speed up recovery so you can train harder. So some people might debate the fact that you taking tests so I can work harder, because there is a certain point where you can work as hard as you want, you're going to get injured. Like, you're human at the end of the day. So what is a breaking point where you're like, I take this sacrifice and I stop. I'll stop being natural. But then there's a lot of regulations there. And I really don't know where I stand with it, because then if you say, okay, everyone can take tests, then you need to regulate it. And regulating is one of the hardest things. But you're still going to test people to see if they're in the healthy range. But I'd rather people inform athletes than say, do not take it, it's banned. And then people do stupid shit, 15 years old, do stupid shit, and you ruin your life forever. So the best thing you could do is inform people first about how you could do it safely, what are the risks, and then we take it from there. But have you heard about the Olympic Games with that allow gear? Have you heard about it?
Oh, that's Australian
before,
one.
I don't know. I haven't seen
much
about it.
Sorry?
Yeah, but I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think it's that bad.
Or peptides.
Everyone takes.
I think
I like peptides.
I think introducing peptides for recovery in sports. I don't think that would be. I don't understand why you'd want to ban the substance. It don't make sense.
It's a lot of money. First of all, a lot of money that goes into it. Into the production of tests. Hospitals would be fucked. Now you can get it wherever, and I don't have to prescribe it to you. So
what about products like BP 157 and like
BPC?
Yeah, BPC and TB 500.
They're meant to be really good. I feel like it's still early to say, because research is such a baby. But again,
it's small on it. Yeah.
Research more of it. Do the experiments.
It's because we want athletes to perform over and over again, but then.
You don't put in the right measures
over and over again.
No, it's true, and you see people get fucked because there has to be some way. But everything that is banned now, you never know what can happen. Caffeine was banned at a certain point.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
even footballers have been done for aspirins in the past.
Yeah, what was you saying about? Was it Liverpool's team and they were all on the inhalers?
Yeah, like they're 60-something% of their team or something like that. No, 60-something% of people have got.
Asthma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've like got it.
Everyone's got sport asthma.
Yeah.
Everyone's got sport asthma, mate. Or if you're going home and you're having a drink or two, you're not sleeping or not, you go to the doctor's the next day, you get your test done, then your test is going to be low. Your doctor prescribes you TRT doses.
Yeah.
It's because he thinks your test is low. Your test is not low. It's because the night before you drank a lot. You didn't do a lot of good sleep. You didn't recover properly. You've overtrained. Your test is a little bit lower. So the doctor prescribes it, and now you got a prescription drug. So when you're training now, when you're actually sleeping okay, when you're doing everything perfectly, now you got a TRT that brings your test not back to normal. Right. Now you're up, but it's legal because the doctor prescribed it. So what are you going to do about it? That's how you can get around of it.
Right.
The education's low for doctors and that, man, isn't it? Or do you think they just do it?
The doctors are always on the safe side. I've heard doctors saying don't exercise or stay still, don't move. Movement is a cure to everything.
Yeah.
I've taken care of a lot of injuries by starting moving. Like a lot of doctors, when you get injured, the best thing is sit down in your bed, lay down and rest 2 weeks. Are you stupid?
The best thing is to get up.
We are humans. Humans need to move. That's how we get going. So
I think it's blood flow as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're pumping around the blood,
it's
new
actually
oxygen,
true. Yeah.
like everything's recovering.
Yeah, I believe that. And the thing is, doctors always go on the safe side, but I don't really stand with a lot of doctors' opinions. I try and listen to it, but then I'll take what I need. But if you're telling me don't exercise, then I know you're a melon. You don't know anything about it. But going back to tests, I don't really know where to stand because I know there's a lot of people out there that would be straight on, they're guilty of it, and as soon as they see this, he does drugs. I'm like, test me as much as you want. I don't care. But I know that it does have its place if done in the right manner. People say, but that's just cheating. Is it though? Because I'm still training harder. Say that two
but
people...
ain't like we're always trying to cheat, bro. Like say you taking a fucking...
You're always trying to cheat.
If you taking a fucking protein shake,
yeah,
like you're trying to cheat a meal.
But you could say that as for body weights.
Tap his face again quickly, sorry.
You could say that about body weight cut or water cut. I'm trying to cheat. I'm making myself lighter, so when I get in the ring, I'm much heavier than you.
Yeah, no, that's cheating. That's sanctioned cheating. Yeah. Weight cutting, sanctioned cheating.
In some federations, like one championship is taking hydration samples or whatever they're doing, so that makes it even. But there's 1,010 ways to cheat. If I saw growth hormone taken 14 days out, you're not going to trace hormone.
No.
A lot of boxers do like Clomid and whatnot, which is like female hormone, not little pills for female basically, but they do help with recovery and stuff with that. So there's ways to go around the system.
There's a lot of people, like decent athletes, taking it then.
90%.
Yeah.
80-90%. The only Muppets I know, I say Muppets, I shouldn't. Dan is the only place where people are natural. Liam jokes always. We always have. Did he joke about it? He was like, I'm on steroids. Does he do that?
No, he says it to people all the time. That he's on steroids.
I think someone is going to start believing him one day. But see, when someone is that cocky about it, it's like, I'm on steroids. You know, he's definitely not on steroids.
Yeah.
And he's so funny. But people in Thai boxing are a bit more spiritual about the sport, so they stay away from it. But boxing, MMA, not so much. BJJ, oh my days, people that do BJJ.
BJJ.
Because there's not real testing.
Well,
and
to be fair, I think you probably should do BJJ.
They're juiced up to the gills.
Because your body's battered.
Yeah, your body is battered.
Your body's battered.
For nothing as well.
Yeah, for nothing.
For nothing at all.
Nah. Like I say, some of the guys that train down our gym, they're just all out 5-6 times a week, and it's like their bodies are like, you probably do need to take something.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
a lot of BJJ guys, I think 80% on test, they're all quite geeky, which I like about BJJ people, because they're geeky regarding science stuff like that. So they're quite informed on BBC. What was the other one? T500.
TB. Yeah, you pair them together for like killing.
They are quite knowledgeable.
Because I thought peptides were steroids, and I realised it's not. It's just amino acids.
Yeah, it's just amino acid blocks. So everything helps. But again, as you said, what is cheating? If I'm still working harder than you, is that cheating, or is it me being more clever about stuff? But that's, thankfully, that's not where my job stands. So I don't need to make that decision for people. Otherwise, I'd be fucked.
Why did you choose to specialise in combat sports? Was it because of your dad and your upbringing, or was it something you just way preferred than the football route? Or
So I think subconsciously it must have been because of my dad. But then another reason why is their mentality. Because me personally, I've always said I'm not compromising for anyone. If I say I want you to do A, I don't give a fuck, just do A. And fighters are the only people that seem to do that. If you tell them you need to sprint, and maybe they just do it because there's the element of fear of being KO'd. I need to put everything, otherwise I'm getting fucked on a fight night. So they just stick to it and they listen. Whereas footballers, I can't do today because I need to take my missus out.
Sausages.
Fuck you. Your missus out. I know a few of my fighters didn't spend the Valentines with them, the birthdays with their girlfriends. Why? I need to train. And it's just about that. And if your missus is not good enough to fucking support you, bin her. It's simple as that. Because then she's going to bin you sooner or later. If you're a fighter and she doesn't support you, she thinks you're a loser. So just bin her. Bin her too. So fighters, that's why I work with them.
Bin them.
You have to. Mate, if you want to go into that,
You got to cut the circle down.
you have to. But they got just a little break. They've got them lined up before us. If they're starting to break up with you, they already know who they're going next. Who they're going for next. They don't give a fuck. They are emotional creatures, women, and they can be very supportive. And there are women out there that are meant to be for you. Alfie Greener, one of my MMA fighters, he's got the most loving and supporting girlfriend. So, and they just engaged madness. I was so jealous. I'm like, fuck you for being happy. Anyway, I just saw the video of him proposing. I'm like, fuck you, not nice. But the women out there, they can be this supportive, but most of them is don't be too attached.
Yeah.
It's a little bracket. So yeah, fighters. I chose fighters for this reason. Mentally, they're built different. They have a reason. Footballers, there's a lot of it's hard to get there, and as an S&C coach, you're the first to get binned as a practitioner. So they see what's not right with the team, and physio, nutritionist and S&C guys are the first ones to get binned, especially when there's a cut. I want to be priority because I know the importance of S&C, so I don't really want to be there. But I've had footballers coming to me. It just depends on the person, but I do specialise. That is a product I sell.
Is it how serious they're taking it, the person, and where they want to go to?
Yeah,
does that play a part in that?
100%, because I can give you the best workout ever, or say the best program ever, but it won't have any effect if you're not applying yourself to it. And on the other hand, I can give you the shittest workout. If you are religious with it, you're going to see some gains, even from the shit workouts, because you stick to it. Everything works if you do it properly. That's why, a lot of clients of mine are not even fighters. They just train to get fit, but their personality is very driven, goal focused. You're doing it for, give me a reason. Like usually, if I see a kid coming to me and he looks like he's had a fucking hard time with a breakup, yeah, you're coming with me because I know that's going to work. I find it's rewarding. My job is rewarding, and I want to be rewarded all the time. I give you the way to be rewarded, so we're both getting something out of it.
Yeah.
I see a kid coming in, I'm like, girlfriend, this happened really. My girlfriend cheated on me. I'm broken. I don't know what to do, man. Like, what was the next step? Like, you come in to train, and it works. But then you see people after 6 months, they're totally different people. They train differently. They look different. They think differently because now your whole brain is different. And you're like, I've done it. Even with a lot of fighters, like you only realise how good this job is when you look at your fighters. And S&C coaches don't get a lot of credit. So I'm okay with that. I've made peace with it. But when you sit in the back and you're like looking at people that are happy, they're like, I just won this fight. I never felt like this. Even without being recognised, you feel like personally within you, I've done something big. He's like, he's happy today. If I can make a person happy, fuck it, I'm happy. Because it all comes down to that at the end of the day. How much help can you provide to someone? Whatever work you do, nutritionist, technical coach. Yes, I want to make them better, but can I help people? Or how can I impact other people? How can I impact the world? Because at the end of the day, while we're here, work, not work, what is your reason to be on earth? For me, it's making an impact in one way or another. So fighters seem to be the ones that make me the happiest because they stick to it. But I'm definitely open to a lot of athletes out there. At the end of the day, S&C is not. It doesn't change that much between sport to sport. You just need to be clever with the ways you do stuff and understanding each sport and the science behind it. But there's a lot of information out there. You can't be an S&C coach. Just get the basics, and then it's how you perceive and work things around.
Yeah,
definitely.
Was there ever a time when you first started? Obviously, you're in an industry where you're putting content out on social media, or like you're training people who are in good positions, fighting fights. Was there ever a time where you were sort of like had a bit of self-doubt, or you were battling any demons? Like, should I be doing this? Like, does my knowledge translate? Where you had a bit of self-doubt?
I don't call it self-doubt, but I'll definitely say I had those moments where I was questioning. Because I never self-doubt, and this is just one of my personality traits, but I don't doubt myself. I just question what's going on, maybe reflecting on what's going on. And a lot of times this happens quite frequently where you're just saying, you know what, is it going away? Is it going well? And you have those moments as a human. Whoever says I don't have those moments, you're lying, and sooner or later you're failing because you're not being vulnerable with yourself. And people that are not vulnerable, you're never going to make success. You're never going to have success. So I did have those moments. I'm like, is it really worth it? Am I doing well? But I always knew I was going to do well. And I'll tell you this little story. There's a point in my career where I bought in a gym. I'm not going to say names because it's still ongoing shit. And I bought in with another guy, and I've basically been scammed through it because then there's a lot of back and forth, stealing money, not stealing money. I cared about that gym so much. I was working 16-hour shifts, ended up sleeping in the gym to provide a good environment for clients that were coming in. I was sleeping in the back room of the gym, and I was alone. Like, take everything aside, like friends, not friends, people that mess you from Italy, because that's another thing you have to consider. My family's in Italy. I was lights off, I'm by myself. So there's a lot of times I'm like, fuck. I've been there and I still believed in myself. I remember I was in my room, I was like, nah, just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going one more day. Like, you're going to get there. There's no reason to stop. People have made it from nothing. I can do it too. And these are the stories, when it goes bad, these are the stories that usually go well. So if I'm in a dark position, it means that it's definitely going to be good. Because I've been through dark shit, that means it can only be good. I hear all these stories about important people, famous people, and they all made it through fucking nothing. So I'm like, I've got nothing now. Definitely it's going to be good.
Alex Hormozy, you know, he slept in his gym.
Yeah, but a lot of people, even I was thinking about Elon Musk. He sleeps in his office. He used to sleep in his office. I'm like, just change the perception. Don't feel sorry for yourself, as Liam says. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Just see the good in it. Like, people that have success, or people that have made it here, and I still believed myself through those periods. I knew I was going to make it, so now I can't doubt myself. I'm like, I believed in myself when I was nothing. Now I'm not saying I'm a millionaire or whatnot, but now I am getting to something, and I'm proving myself. Stop me now. Try to put self-doubt in me, where I had no one by my side, and I was believing myself. What do I do? How do you put a little bit of doubt in someone like that? That I was the only one believing in myself. So there's nothing fucking stopping me.
So you sort of look at it like glass half full. Like, you have to go through that to make it. And when you're going through that, you're closer to getting where you want to be.
I feel like, this is quite deep, but I feel not everyone, but 80-90% of the times, people that make it to the top, make it because they went through trauma, make it because they went through something hard in life, or because they're desperate. These people, the people that are successful, usually have something alongside these things. If you've been traumatized, if you've been desperate, if you had some hard shit going in your life, you're doing well. Because that either makes or breaks you. People that have always been in comfort, they live in comfort and they usually stay there. There's no one that has had everything in life and say, oh yeah, now I'm becoming a millionaire. You don't have a reason for it. Everyone I know and every successful person you hear from has had some shit going on. Alex Hormozy, just to quote him again, I put a story up the other day, a post. The bigger, what was it? The bigger the dragon in terms of challenges, the more epic the hero, you know. And that just goes to show, if you want to write a good story about a hero, you need a backstory there that says, to make myself, or to provide myself with a good self-image, it means that I had to go through some shit. If not, there's nothing really, in my opinion, there's nothing really about you, because you didn't make it through anything. That's why I say I pick and choose the people I work with too, because if you have been desperate, or no, if you've been through that, there's nothing stopping you.
Yeah.
Because you've already been through a lot of pain, A bit of physical pain is going to do nothing. You've been through all the shit that life can throw at you. You're going to make it. You've got no problems. Just another challenge. Because at the end of the day, it is just another challenge. And what I was thinking in those moments where I was at the beginning, I'm like, what was the worst that can happen? Nothing. What? I changed job. All right. Big deal. I'll keep going. The moment I fucking fail and I can't recover, just keep going a little bit more, and then we'll see. But I don't want to put that out there where I'm quitting on myself. Mama raised no bitch. And if I do quit now, I'm just giving everyone. I know how much I'm worth. Sooner or later, people will clock, and it happens the same with my followers on Instagram. Like, I used to be like 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers. Fuck, why don't people follow me? And then Leapfrog Alex, I called him and I was like, hi, by the way, I train these guys, they fight on your shows and they're doing bits, by the way. Not sure if you knew. They're doing bits, so I just wanted to experiment and say, would you like another figure in Leapfrog as a performance consultant? I come up with this idea. I was like, I want to push it out there. So I don't give a fuck about making calls and making myself vulnerable. I was like, this is what I can provide. Would you like that as a position there? And he was very polite about it. And I only clocked after a few months what he meant when he said, we can definitely work on it, something to think about, but the reach is not there. Let's see how many followers you got. Maybe you should post a bit more. He said it in the most polite way. Like, I thank it. I've never thanked him, but I do thank him inside of me, because that was a slap. I was like, fuck. He's basically telling me I'm no one. And I know I'm the best in this job. Even though people don't know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm number one. And you're telling me I don't have enough followers. And that's all that depends for me to provide value to you on your show. Right, bet. 2 months later, 50,000 followers. And then it kept growing. Now I'm doing okay with followers, but it's just to show like what one small word can do to you. Like,
push in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm like, this guy said I'm
Alex knows how it works as well.
Yeah, it does definitely work. And he said, maybe you're not posting enough. I started posting 3-4 times a day. It became a full-time job. People are like, how are you so committed? I'm like, I need to prove myself. I want to, and a lot.
Look how they built Leapfrog as well.
Yeah, a lot of posting.
They started from, that's what they were doing. They were posting like madmen.
And I wouldn't lie, it hurt me because I was like, I know the knowledge I can provide, and I've proved it. Even though it's not on a bigger scale where everyone can see it, I could tell people that train with me see the difference. And you're telling me it's not good enough. You're not telling me, but you mean that it's not good enough. So my position on your show depends on how many followers I have, which hurt a little bit. But if it wasn't for him, maybe I wouldn't have 57 or 59,000 followers, and I wouldn't build my school community. So every person that hurts you directly or indirectly has a place for your future. And
sometimes it hurts is because you know it's the truth.
It exactly that. It hurt me.
You could be doing a little bit more.
He did say like, mate, you're not posting enough. I'm like, I thought I was posting enough. Then I sat down. I was like, could I do more?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Fuck. When you think you're doing enough, it's probably not enough.
Yeah, there's always exactly that. That's such a true point, because it hurts only when you know it's actually a little bit true. You know, you're like, fuck, I could have done a little bit better. And from that, that experience helped me a lot, because I'm like, am I doing enough now? Am I doing enough? Could I do more? And then from there, it just keeps going. It's a school community now. I'm trying to monetize the people I have. And, you know, it still hurt because I'm like, Leapfrog could have had one of the best performance consultants out there. I told him, like, have your fighters calling me 20 minutes and I'll sort out their camp. Like, how fucking good is that? No one has it. It's like a little mini UFC where they have the performance center. I'm like, you're just wasting an opportunity. But it's okay.
But in that, it made you bigger.
Yeah,
and now
definitely.
you're worth more, and now your brand's bigger, and now you're actually. So it kind of works both ways.
It does. I'm
an
happy.
Opportunity
and
might
Alex,
come.
Yeah, the opportunity might come. It might be even bigger.
Yeah, of course. And Alex is really good in what he does. He's done bits in it. He's done a lot of good things, especially for fighters. Like, there's a lot of shit that went through with other people, but he just does his thing. You know, that's what I appreciate.
He knows what he wants as well, though.
Yeah, and he's doing well for the fighters. Fighters are fighting. They're doing everything. So
he smashed it, man. Regardless what he's done, like
people can judge him as much as they
at the end
of
the day, he he's a business as well, and he's got to do what's right.
You have to
and what
do what
he's
you
doing
gotta
for the
do.
fighters is no one's really doing that in Muay Thai.
Exactly.
That's what makes him different.
And people judge him, you know. Other promoters judge him. What the fuck are you? What have you done differently?
I think because all like the what is it, like the film and stuff and that. But at the end of the day,
Who cares?
Like he's just done something better than you.
Yeah.
And now you're
But
salty.
again, that's the same with them. Like what he's saying.
Yeah.
They know it's true. Like someone's offering
Yeah,
a better
yeah,
product
yeah,
than them,
yeah.
and they know it's true, but they're not going around it in the way you did.
Yeah.
You got told it maybe you weren't doing enough, so you went and done something about
Yeah.
it. Someone's doing a bit more than them, and now they're moaning about it.
and they're not doing
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
about it.
they're not doing nothing about it. But to be fair, the people are doing something about it now, because now a few of the promoters have made their own apps. They've made their own. They're trying to monetize it themselves, not using a leapfrog. So it's kind of like everyone subconsciously have lifted up a little bit.
You're just being a bitch because you didn't think about it.
Alex said it though. It's going to bring healthy competition.
Yeah.
He said that here.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Bring it on. They're going to crack on doing their thing. Hopefully everyone else.
But at the
brings
same time, I
competition.
don't like when people like chat shit about each other just because you had an idea before me. It doesn't make me.
I feel like
worse
that's
or better than
just
you.
that's just human beings, though, isn't it? That's just it's a lot of noise, isn't it? Someone's
Yeah.
always gonna.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
They're always gonna moan about something.
that's where the difference is in people. Like you'll only get criticised from people below what your level is. I've never seen someone better than me criticise me.
Yeah.
Never. Notice that. Everyone that's better than you is never going to have a bad word for you.
Yeah.
Never.
because they're
It's always
concentrated on
losers
you.
that chat
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Losers concentrated on the winners.
winners.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's why they're fucking losing. Oh.
Yeah.
God, what's the next question? That's
Go on.
better questions. I love that.
Yeah. Some of them, because people answer them as they go, so I sort of just like
Yeah,
go
I
through
love
it.
that.
I'm
That's
like, you've already
organised.
sort of answered that, so I'll just go to the
Sick.
next one. And it's just a bit easier then for like me, because I can just keep. You feel prepared.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, oh, what would I ask if this, or what would I? That's why everyone always says, they're always like, it's never awkward. It's like, well, if it's awkward, then I've fucked up massively.
Yeah, no, you.
I've majorly fucked up.
You know when it's like the same. You know when it can get a bit awkward because you've not prepared.
You've not.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to prepare for the person to come, so you sort of know. Oh, we're gonna probably follow the story this way, and then I feel comfortable. He feels comfortable. You sort of make the guest feel
Yeah,
comfortable.
Liam
and
said
then-
as well, like, oh,
Liam's one was
the boys are sick.
Was actually.
Yeah, it's the first one
Well,
back.
it's the
we've done
first
in
one back,
ages
and we
as well.
How was
changed
it?
little things, and it just
It's good, man. It just flowed. It just
Liam,
flowed.
I think
He's
I feel
easy to
like
chat to.
Liam's
Yeah.
easy to chat to, isn't he?
Yeah, he chats shit sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
where some
I love
people
him.
are a bit hard, they're not as open and that, so you got to just.
Some people
try.
you'll have questions and you'll burn through them quick. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's how you know someone's like nervous, because
Yeah.
they'll just answer quick.
Yeah, just fire.
But that's why we've kind of stopped We'll normally just talk now.
Yeah, I think
and then
it's
do a
better.
small
It's a
intro
little
and then
conversation.
Conversation, yeah. Again, the whole pod's about mindset. We're just trying to
And
find
growth.
out the person's mindset and growing, and how can your story relate to others out there
Yeah,
who are
yeah.
struggling and stuff like,
Oh, yeah.
have similarities where they're like, oh yeah, fucking hell. Like what Alex said to you, someone
Yeah.
might be like, fucking hell, well, this is me.
Yeah.
Now this is the kick up the arse I need. We all need a kick up the arse.
That's
man.
what I say. Like every person I was training with, that's one of I think my best traits. It doesn't. I'm not as S&C coaches. We're told limit yourself to S&C. That's what they say in uni, and I don't give a fuck about what uni says. Because if you were a better lecturer, a better coach than the lecturer, you wouldn't be lecturing me. You'd be a fucking coach.
Yeah.
So, so they always said just be a coach, and that's it. That's your position. I try and go beyond that. If I can help people, even mentally, like that's even better for
But that's
me.
how you stand out, though. There's too many just coaches.
Oh yeah.
Why is someone at that high level gonna pick you
Yeah.
over someone else? There
But
has to be more.
I hate how people like there's a rule book. It's
Yeah.
not, rules are meant to be broken. There's not a rule book to
Yeah.
anything. Like you find your flavor and your sauce and you mix it up.
I feel like it's I say this all the time because if science is out there for everyone, there's a limited number of scientific literature you can read. So what makes you better than me or me better than you? I see this job as art. Like we have a principle basics, how to hold a brush, but how I express what I have and how I apply these scientific principles depending on the moment, on the different variables, on the type of person, on how the type of person thinks, feels, how he wants to perform, that makes a coach, that makes an artist. If you see this as a job, you're not going to do anything in essence. You just need to make it an expression, a form of expression based on scientific principles, but applied in your way, because there's never going to be enough science out there. Something science says today, 2 years time it's going to be totally different.
But it's like you said about your old man, like when he was teaching you doing the weights with the running, like he already knew something. There was already something he's done in his prior self where he's like, oh no, but I can apply this to this, and my son's probably going to end up being like a fucking beast. You're like his experiment.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it come out the science. That's what I mean. It's
that the science was true later on. Yeah, sometimes you're doing things that have not yet been discovered.
And then you put a name to it.
And then you put a name to it.
But it's true. But that's what Russia and Bulgaria, some crazy ass coaches. And they were doing crazy things. Everyone was judging them, not judging them. And then it comes out, oh, now we put this type of periodization and we call it after them. But I'll bet you was chatting shit about them when they were doing it. You're thinking they're crazy. But again, every time I coach someone, I build a relationship with them. I know everything about them. I know how they're feeling, if they're going through anything. I know any sort of information I can get that helps me because I know how they process information. Even the type of cues I give him for a squat, example, the word I give you for a squat won't change the way you squat as much as it changes him. So I need to find your keywords.
You're like a therapist as well.
Oh, mate.
You're going a lot deeper, yeah.
I've had people talking to me about there. Oh,
do you delve deep on the mindset with the people you have in then? Is that something big you talk to them about? I
don't talk to them about it. It just happens naturally. Because the moment you tell them we're diving into your mental side of how you think, it changes the way they perceive you. I want them to see me as a good mate. Because I am always there for them. Even Dan on his weight cut, I went into the fucking sauna with him. Not a lot of S&C coaches do that. But I want people to know I'm here. And it comes from not only being a good coach, but being a good human.
Yeah, you're a good guy,
Yeah, you wanna help people. And I feel every weight cut they do, I feel it with them. I'm not afraid to say it. I go through a lot of emotions when they fight, and that tells me I'm doing my job correctly because we are sharing something. And again, fighting, the job, but what are you about? Like, why do you do what you do?
Yeah.
What drives you? I want to fucking make an impact. So when I do that, when they fight, I feel the fight as much as they do, and I'm there fucking walking around like fuck. Not because I doubt them, but because I know the nerves that can come with it. So yeah, see how they think, so you're able to provide good advice when they need it. Because a lot of times you get good information, then when they're approaching nerves, you will know because they start acting differently, and because you know where their baseline is, you can bring them back. You're like, no, don't worry, it's fine. Do this. Have some keywords. Maybe sometimes there could be some lies in there that you have to throw to bring them back, or exciting them a bit more, just so you can get the outcomes you want, which is better performance.
Keywords in what sort of way? Like,
so when someone's fighting, with some people, you tend to avoid certain words. So that's the best keyword is the one you don't say.
Yeah.
If you start saying fear, losing, other people have this, or it can be the most ridiculous things. Like,
it's crazy how words can have such an impact on how people perceive their emotions.
You are thinking about you're fighting in 4 weeks. Anything can happen in your mind, so you need to regulate the way you process thoughts and emotions. And some people don't have that. Like Liam's quite lucky because I'm fighting, I'm going to bash him. And he's quite confident about it. I appreciate another type of approach where you're not blocking out any negative thoughts. You're literally writing them down. I feel this, and then you say, why am I feeling this? And you're breaking it down, and then you transfer that sort of feeling into motivation or into a push to help you. Every thought can help you. Anxiety and excitement are two similar feelings, but the way you perceive them makes or breaks. If you say I'm excited, or if you feel anxious, that's the same feeling. Chemically in the body, it's the same fucking feeling. So why don't you have a way to change it around? Now you're excited, you're not anxious, and now you don't feel fear. You just want to show what you got. It's not fear. It's just you don't want people to not see the hard work you put in. So everything has a way, but when you're fighting, you need someone to help you there. Just think about fighting, and if you have a mate or if you have a coach that can provide that friendship or that emotional support, why not? I feel like I can provide it, and I feel like Tim Thomas, oh my days, the way he talks to fighters before a fight, best thing I've seen, because he gets the right words at the right time and he gets the right message out.
That's a veteran, man.
Outrageous, mate.
That's what
that doesn't come there
Liam
with
was
fighting.
saying when he...
It's just something that I've seen it one time. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, other people fight as much as I've fought as much as him, but that just comes within, you know. I feel like some people just have it in them where they can provide the information.
It's also his lifestyle and his own experiences have shaped him as a person.
You know, Tim's deep. You know, I never realised. I'll sit with him sometimes in the car, and I'm like, the fuck, Tim. You don't only bang people, you're actually deep, you know. You actually have a heart.
You got me.
You actually have a heart.
I spoke to Dan ages ago about it, getting him on.
I'll do it.
And he's definitely going to be one of the next people.
Yeah,
so I need to reach out because Dan said he is a proper vet. He was like, he said to me, one of the first people when he come on, he's like, you need to get Tim. Yeah, like, he was like, you have to. Like he's.
But this is what makes all people different, isn't it? Like you can have 100 S&C coaches, but again, it's all to do with that one person and their experiences throughout life that makes them different to the 100.
Yeah,
that's the beautiful thing. Like anyone, like you can make it in anything because you're you.
And how different every single person is from even having similar experiences.
It's true.
And the way they've taken it it's like trees and branches and everything's just come out different ways.
I like that. It's true, and that's why I feel like I'm. Oh, I sound so cocky. I am the right person for a lot of people because I have experienced a lot of stuff and I've dealt with it. I've already been through most of the problems people have. So I believe I've dealt with it, so I can help you.
Yeah, you can relate.
Yeah, and I'm in a fucking good position mentally where I'm not affected negatively from stuff that's happened to me. Because every one of us has probably been through some shit.
Yeah.
Like whatever you say, but some people just can't make it through for some reason or other because they don't have that guide there. We all go through shit. Like,
we've all been through shit, and if you look at someone else's shit, you'd always take your shit back.
Yeah,
you wouldn't take anyone else's stuff.
There's always someone with a bigger cock than you.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like that saying of like, if you put everyone's problems in a bowl, mixed it up, and took someone else's, you'd soon take yours back.
Yeah, we all live from experiences, and we all had certain experiences, or one way or another. We have all been there, so we all should help each other. Because sometimes you get caught up in your own feelings and your own situations and you don't realise this situation ain't that bad. I just need to see it. So, yeah.
I feel like that's where the human's like adaptable. Like I think you can go through most situations, but because you've not dealt with it or been through it, you'll look at it and go, I couldn't go through that. How have you been through that? That's crazy. Like I wouldn't, like a few situations we've been through, like when we spoke on previous pods, everyone's always like, how did you go through that? Like if our mum wasn't around and stuff like this, and I'm like, it's just normal because you've been through it. I feel like you can push the human through situations and you'll come out the other side. But if you haven't been through it,
it's hard.
It's hard in your mind.
It is
but
crazy.
You also got to accept it's life.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, whatever's happened. Acknowledge it. Don't block it out as an emotional. Like you have to acknowledge the emotion, but you acknowledge that at the time, and then and then you have peace, and then you move on. It's when people block things out and they don't deal with the emotion. This is where there's a lot of differences. My missus says to me something. She said to me something like, I haven't dealt with the emotion, but I'm like, well, I have dealt with the emotion because I had it there and then. I've just accepted that. If you carry this emotion on, then it's only going to affect me as a person. And then you start doing things, and then your whole life is now subject to this emotion because it's still within you. Yeah. That's why you have to deal with it. Obviously, keep it in your mind. It's always going to be there, but it's over and done with.
That's what I'm saying.
The chapter's ended.
Yeah,
like,
it is
forward.
It's happened. I feel like you accept it.
When it's like when you train, though, isn't it? You know, when like I don't know, you plateau in something, or something goes wrong in your training, or you have an injury, and then you come back. It's like training is exactly the same sort of thing as life. You deal with the emotion, you get over it, you come over it, and you move on.
And you said something so true. That is, I accepted it. Life. The moment you accept that life is made of good and bad is a moment where you realise, okay, I can make it, because the good wouldn't be good if there weren't any bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
it's no good without bad.
You have to experience, and you have to find pleasure in experiencing pain. That's hard thing to accept. When you understand, I'm okay with feeling negative things because that is going to contribute to life. So even the most practical example we can provide is when someone breaks up, because that happens to everyone. But people go fucking nuts when they break up with someone. Like, you have to embrace this moment of sadness. You have to embrace sadness, loneliness, feel it, encourage it. A lot of people are like, oh, what to do when I'll try and find this. No, just fucking feel. The beauty of being able to feel should make you realise how lucky you are. And that's how you get through life. Life is about experiencing life as a whole. So you have to accept and be happy that you can feel sad. Don't feel like, oh, I'm feeling sad, what to do? Stop being a bitch, first of all, and be happy that you can feel
like
sad.
It's just sometimes as humans, you're not very present.
Yeah.
So when stuff like this happens, realities actually hit you.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to deal with your own reality, because the problem is, as humans, we're always trying to escape.
I think
everything's an escape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go play football, you go do this, you go to the gym. Like, everything you do is sort of an escape. Some things are healthier than others. Don't get twisted, but we're always trying to escape.
Yeah, but I feel you have to accept that you're gonna be sad, and when you feel sad, when it comes, because we all feel sad at times, we're just like, appreciate it. Like, what am I feeling? What is this sadness doing? Where do I feel the pain? How do I perceive the pain? It's start analyzing everything and actually going through it. Because if you don't go through it, you don't know how to react to it the next time. If you have felt it already, as you said, it's because it comes from a place of not having been there. So you're always going to feel shit when you feel sad if you never like confront it. I feel sad. Where am I feeling it? And I go through some mad shit. Like, I'm weird as fuck. Like, if I feel sad, I'm like, good. Okay, where do I feel it? Right, my fucking chest is hurting. All right, this has happened. Okay, this has happened. Not feeling too good. Like, fucking short of breath. What are my thoughts from it? Okay, is that rational? Let's see. Let's write it down. And I write it down. What I'm feeling is mad. A lot of writing. You see, my room is full of notes. Like, how am I feeling? Why am I feeling this? And it goes even with happiness. And you just dissect. You like, okay, now I know how this feels. Next time it happens, okay, I'm comfortable. I've been there. I've done that. So it's all part of life.
So that's basically like saying, like, a lot of us are not comfortable with ourselves.
No,
because we don't know ourselves.
You've been told. Even I said, like, stop being a bitch. You know. But that needs to be taken. It needs to be taken out of context.
Yeah.
I'm not saying quit your feelings. Is stop being a bitch and actually. It's harder to actually embrace what you're feeling.
Well, it's easy.
People say, man up, don't feel. That's the easy way out.
It's an easy escape.
Yeah,
it's just an old mentality. No one wants to analyze their own book
because it hurts. It hurts. Sometimes you realize you're the cause of your own sadness.
Well, you know you're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't want to do nothing.
God damn!
That sounded personal.
That did sound personal.
Who are you talking to? Who are you?
I don't know why. I just had Andrew Tate in my head the whole time.
No. But Andrew Tate's big on that, though, isn't he? Like, and that's why people hate him. But when he talks about, but I think he relates way more to males than females, and I think that's why there's that big divide with him. Like, your missus will fucking hate you listening to him, but I listen to him and I'm getting juiced up.
No, he's just
it's his personality.
He's a comedian.
But if people don't understand, I'm not in charge of how you perceive my message. I know what my message is. That's why he's so comfortable with it, because I know I'm saying good things. If I put a swear word here and there, it's your fucking fault if you take it personal. It means that you haven't dealt with some issues yourself. But I'm telling you, stop being a bitch.
Well, we come out of perfect time in it. It's a soft society.
Yeah,
no one wants to go do hard things. Like I said, the hard route is the easy route. Once people understand that, you won't have fucking as many problems as you have, because you know how to adapt and get over them, because you've dealt with this problem in the gym or running or whatever. Or fucking, if you're like a reading nerd or something, you've read hundreds of books.
Reading nerd or something.
There's obstacles. I don't know. You know.
No name for him. No name for him. Man's made up a name. Man's made up.
Going into uni,
making up names. You're reading nerds.
I love that. You're nerd.
Yeah, obstacles over books.
It's true. Books can't give you a lot of stuff. That's why in S&C too, books don't give you fucking half of the things that you need. And that's a sad, harsh reality. Sports psychology as well. It doesn't give you half of what the actual life is. You can't. But how can you teach people how to deal with life in a book? The book would be like this, as big as this fucking room. Each one of us is a book of psychology. Book on
behind the book, there's no emotion either.
Yeah,
so
true.
You're not seeing how people explain it.
Yeah.
So when you're perceiving someone say something, the expression and their tone of voice, it portrays a lot different to how you're going to perceive it.
Yeah, it's all about perception in life. That's how I see it. Everyone, even if I perceive a message in a way from you, it's not how you'll say it, it's what I have inside. That's why before understanding what you're trying to tell me, I need to take care of how I am as a person. Because if I'm a good person, or if I don't have any sort of limitations, I'll perceive that message in the best way possible. That's why a lot of people it's easy to argue with them, because they perceive everything as an attack. I say this to a lot of people, a lot of ex-misses and stuff like that. Like, you perceive everything as if I'm the cause of your anger. Just fucking chill. You know, I have nothing against you, but if you come from a place of war inside of you, everything I say is going to be perceived as war. Whereas a lot of people just are built like that, you know. And the thing is, change yourself to see how people talk to you better.
But that's why I always get on with people that are like self-growing. Yeah, that's why you love probably fighters, because they're always trying to be better.
They're coachable.
Yeah, when you're always trying to be better, you don't have time to be concentrating on the fucking gossip or the bullshit, because you're always trying to be a better person. So you just relay better.
And when your coach says something to you, you listen. So Dan, for me now, I always go to Thai boxing for some reason. I'm obsessed with it. If Dan ever told me you're kicking like shit, a part of me from the past would have said, how dare you say it? Say it in a different way. No, don't say it in a different way. Fucking, it's like being in a club here. I love it.
So you're going to turn it red in a minute, 300.
Yeah, get the red colours out.
Turn it down a little bit.
So if Dan says you're kicking like shit, it's easy for my arrogant side to say, you should change the way you talk to me. No, I should change the way I perceive that message, because your job is to tell me if I'm doing shit or not. I don't care about how you said it. I care about what you said. I'm kicking like shit. Okay, I'll fix it. And a lot of fighters are like that. That's why I love it, because you're coming from a place of, I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to listen. I'm not only hearing you, I'm listening to you, which a lot of people fuck up. Oh, I heard you. Yeah, but did you listen?
A lot of people's egos are like at bay. It's respect as well.
But you know what? With ego, that's a hard one, because I feel like people criticize other people that have an ego. As men, you should have an ego. People say go to the opposite. People love extremes. Don't have an ego. Why? Ego is what makes you. So have a bit of ego, but
to control it.
Mold it to a point where your ego can help you. Being a cocky bastard helps you. Being confident, overconfident, sometimes a little bit delusional can help you. If before that you actually put your ego aside for a little bit and said, I need to learn. But now you have to learn how to embrace your ego and use it to your advantage. You know, and that goes in fighting, like dealing with people, every situation. Don't just leave your ego alone. Otherwise, you stop being yourself. Ego means me. I can't stop being me. I can't stop being the most powerful version of me. But I embrace that sometimes it can get in the way. So I need to deal with it and be ready to listen to other people that are in a better position than me, that are trying to help me. So put my ego aside, but remembering I'm that person, and that ego is going to come back and help me when I need it the most, because that is when we bring out our savage selves.
It's when you want that dog.
Yeah, well, you know,
that dog growling at the back.
you need it, and I feel like you need to control. Like, it's not only about being a good person. I think Joe Rogan said this once, or someone like Joe Rogan's like, it's okay to be a good person, but if you can't, you're not a good person if you don't have any bad in you. If you have some bad in you and you control it, that's when you're a fucking quality person. If I know you are a horrible cunt inside, but you're controlling it because you know that makes you a better person, I know you're a good person because you're purposely controlling it. Because if you're a good person because you have nothing in you, I don't know what you do if you have power. I don't know if you take advantage of me. But because you're not taking advantage, even if you could, that makes you a great person.
Yeah, but that's like saying like you'd trust a man who's fucked up in life than a man who hasn't, because this other man's life experiences where this other man's just
true.
So you don't know how he's going to deal with experiences.
Yeah, I believe in second chances for that reason. If you made a mistake, it's more likely you won't make the mistake again, because you know what the consequences were. And we all humans, we all make mistakes. Like, if you think that you're going to go through life without making mistakes, you're a fool. You're going to lose, you're going to make mistakes, but it's how you react to it. Just learn from it and experience life a little bit better next time.
Because you're working with the best of the best fighters as well, with the best of the best mindsets. Have you experienced anyone who's had any major setbacks with injuries, maybe losses, and how they've actually come back and dealt with it?
I feel like every day can be a big loss, because when you are in a state of risk or a state where there's a lot on the line, every little thing feels like you're losing everything. So everyone I've dealt with has made it from like minor setbacks, major setbacks, because we all go through the setbacks. A lot of online clients going through death. Usually it's the worst one. Like, oh, my nan died, or my mum died, or my dad died. It's horrible shit that happens, but they make it through a lot. The best ones are the people that use those feelings to understand. Just because I lost this person does not affect my performance. Okay, it shouldn't, because it's something that is separated from my physical performance. And I can't let that place. I can be sad, but it doesn't affect the way I perceive my opponent, and I don't let it affect the way I perceive my fight. It's just sadness, and I have to feel the sadness because I lost the person. That is the one that shocked me the most, because they'd done it all by themselves. I was like, what the fuck? I was listening to him, like, what the actual? I'll let him talk. But we went through it, and it's you always sad. But the thing is, do I let it affect me and affect outside? Because if you let one thing affect all the others, then it's good luck from there, man. Yeah. Like, you're just rolling downhill. Whereas I embrace the problem, and I just let it be the problem that it is, and accept it for, as you said, it's life. And I accept that it's part of life, and it's just going to be like that. And I accept I'm going to be fucked for a year, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is. I accept it. I allow it. But the rest of it, I have to make sure it's not affected, because I put too much work in. So that's the best and worst thing I've seen.
The rest of your life, or whatever you deal with, will be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because you've dealt with it.
Yeah, it's true.
But you see a lot of people, they don't know how to deal with things. They spiral out of control, and now their whole life's out of control.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it too much, and they can't get back. Yeah. And then when they want to get back,
too late.
You spent a massive chunk. Now you got to dig deep.
Yeah. It's hard.
And can you dig deep? Because you didn't have the mentality to dig deep when it was
it was easier. It was
easier.
Easier to do when it happens. And that's why a lot of people, I say, like, just talk to people like straight away. Because if you let it flow, then you just add in. It's like one knot, and you're trying to unravel one knot, and then you're creating a fucking mad amount of knots. Mm-hmm. And then good luck with that, mate. But you could have just let the knot be and just slowly dissect it and unravel it. But again, a lot of people are different. I'm glad that I'm surrounded with people that think that way. And if I see someone that doesn't think that way, I'll try and put a bit of how I think. But some people are not open enough to take it. So I'm like, bye, get rid. You have to, in life, you have to be a little bit selfish,
cutthroat, and
you accept as fast as you get rid. You have to, otherwise it will affect the way you are as a person, because the way you act rubs off on people a lot. And even if you don't realise, oh fuck, this went bad today. Oh, this went bad today. How come? You've been chatting to people that have a shit mentality lately. So think about the people you surround yourself and talk to, and who do you listen to all the time. That has an effect on you, in my opinion.
No, it does, 100%. I remember being at work, like people they'd come into the unit, and I just think they just come in talking. It's
drain your energy, right?
And I just fucking lock the door.
Do you get that? Do you get that quite often when people drain your energy?
Moaning.
I just can't deal with it.
You can get sucked into it as well. That's the thing. Like, you can start then, and then you're like, whoa, what the fuck am I getting?
It's probably because you feel what other people feel. It's a good trait to have.
I hate excuses.
Yeah.
I hate when people say, oh, I was meant to do this, or I had to do this, and I couldn't. It's just like, bruv, you are a fucking
gay. Yeah, you are an excuse. Yeah.
You're gay. Yeah, like, what are you doing with your life? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
and you're speaking to the wrong person.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't make excuses. So when people say it to me, I'm just like,
you don't see it.
You're fucking annoying me.
Do you know what,
bro?
as well? I've had a client like that all my days, where she came in and, oh, fuck me. It stresses me out. It's happened 3 years ago. She came in. First thing she does, moan. Oh, it's too early. I'm like, you're my third client of the day. Shut the fuck up, first of all. Yeah, but it's 9 o'clock. So, what? Whatever. Does oh, do I have to do this squat? Yes. Oh, but how many reps? Then she got on the fucking leg press, and she's like, oh, do you know what? I've been eating perfectly lately. I was like, well done. It's like, so I've only had one cheesecake. I've only been to McDonald's once. What, you're not eating well? It's like, what do you mean? You've been insensitive, or you're not being sensitive or something? I was like, no, you're just being a liar. It's like, oh yeah, better. Yeah, but that's not eating well. It's like, but it's still better. You need to appreciate me for who I am. I was like, I don't. I'm not paid for that. I don't need to do fuck all. You know what? Fuck off.
I am.
Yeah.
And no, honestly, like, you know what? Fuck off. And that just ended there. I never saw that client again. Because
if that was me, I couldn't deal with.
I'm not having that where you're being offended because I told you the truth.
Yeah.
Because like, be realistic. Like, you're not eating well, you're not doing well, you're doing better.
Yeah, change the language.
It's a step.
Yeah.
It's a good step. But if you think you're doing well, you're going to be fucked in a few weeks when you don't see a result. Because that's a false perception of what you're doing. I'll tell people, before being honest with other people, you need to be honest with yourself. And no one is honest with themselves. So I just told this person, you know what, fuck off. I don't give a fuck with people, and they think I'm a dick. You can.
No, I just think that's just smart.
I can't deal with shit.
I think
man.
that's smart. Why
We've
should
all got a
you?
life. I'm not going to waste my day on someone that's moaning. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Even better, fuck off again. Do you think Harvard University gives a fuck if you're paying $200,000 a year? They'll get rid of you. They don't give a fuck, and they've got the best students in the world. And you still have to go through a selection process to get in there, and you're still paying. So how does that work? Why should it be different from any other practitioner in the world? You know, you need to, if you have your business full of good people, your business is going to go well. Same with friendships and same with like personality. If you surround yourself with good people, your life is going to go well.
What's a low point in your life that you managed to turn around that sort of like the audience or listeners could relate to?
I think that gym situation was pretty harsh on me, where I was like, I'm lost. Like, I'm losing 12.5 grand coming from nothing. Yeah. And for a lot of people, that's not a lot of money. But at the time, that was a lot for me. I'm like, I have nothing now. I've only have a solid, an okay-ish income from coaching people. But I've lost everything I've done for my whole life has been like, I want to build a gym, and I'll have it now. I don't have it. Like, what do I do? I'm like, just fucking take the leap. That's what I told myself. I was lucky enough to be on the right, in the right conversation at the right time, where someone said, "You're a bitch if you don't take the leap." So what can go wrong? Just take the fucking leap and then deal with the other problem. But always aim for the next step in a positive direction, and never stay still. The moment you stay still is a moment where you stop progressing. So take the leap. You fuck up? Okay. Try the next one again. Fix a problem, just go for the next one. Never stop. And then if you keep trying and trying and trying, sooner or later you'll realise you've done so many good things, one good thing is going to happen. So I feel like that gym moment was horrible because I was like, I'm lost. I really don't know what to do. And I'd never told my mum and dad that because they're good parents, so they're going to feel sorry for me. And I hate when people feel sorry for me, especially my parents. If it's a friend and that, I'll open up, I'll talk. In my parents, I don't want them to feel sorry for me. I'm like, fuck, I'm fucked. What to do? So it's going to go well. Like, nothing. I think like I'm going to sell my shares in the gym. I told them I'm going to go elsewhere. I'm like, fuck, what to do? So I went to Gaines, the other gym. I was like, just going to build from here. And it was hard because they had rent you had to pay monthly. I was like, fuck, is that going to be a problem? And I'm starting to question myself. I was like, stop questioning, deal with the problem when it comes. Sometimes you just need to say, stop questioning, because your brain is going to try and make excuses for you because it's trying to take you back to safety. But safety in that situation was me finding a normal job, or probably going back to Italy and being, again, back to scratch, back to normal. And again, one thing that helped me get through it was like, I told myself, if it's this bad, it's going to lead to something good. And another good lesson is I paid so much for uni. If you think about it, you pay so much for uni. A 12.5 lesson. I got a 12.5 grand lesson on business for free. Well, still 12 grand, but I paid a lot for this lesson. And it's okay. I paid more for S&C in uni.
Yeah,
and I learned fuck all in uni, just to let you guys know. Like, uni is a fucking excuse, man. Like, it's so shit. You're just a shelf.
Yeah.
You're a book holder once you get out of uni. But I paid that much for uni. It's just another lesson I paid for. But getting through that moment was really hard. I remember I felt the world was fucking eating me alive. Because also I was hanging around people that were doing good. And I was like, I am so fucking good at what I do. Why is life treating me like that? And as soon as I told myself, why is life treating me like that? I was like, you've been a bitch. You're blaming life. You just get on with it. A lot of people lost more. And I always compare myself to people that are doing bad when I'm doing bad, which I don't know if it's good or a good trait to have. But I saw myself and I was like, people lose people they care for. People are dying. People don't have the chance to go again. I'm still alive. So what happened? Nothing. I'm fucking 22 years old. I've got a chance to do it better. I'm not dying. People go through moments where they're like, this is my last month of life. And they don't have another chance. I have plenty of chances.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's what I feel like. Yeah. If I lost my job tomorrow and if I was left without any athletes, I wouldn't give a fuck. If I lost all my followers tomorrow, like, I've done it once, I'll do it twice. But because I know my self-image is in the right place, it can take as long as it fucking wants. I've got no rush. I love the journey. I love how I get there. So I feel people need to appreciate that you always have another chance. And that is it. You always have another chance. It didn't go well, so fuck it. What's the problem? Like, it's just another thing that didn't work. Let's try again.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And if people say, yeah, but you're making it too simple, it's because it is. It doesn't matter what happens. It is that simple. I'll try again. I promise you, if I lost my job, I'd be like, oh well, let's move on. It just happens.
It's the only way you can go.
yeah, exactly. But doesn't it sound logic? And then some people fall into that hole, like, it is the only thing you can do.
But I feel like this is where, like, it's again, it comes back. Everything comes back to mindset. It just comes back to mindset. It's all a mindset. It's just how you think.
And I want to say, like, don't get me wrong. I always give myself about, when something bad happens, I look at the clock and I'm going to give myself 15 minutes to be a little whiny bitch about it.
Yeah, you still go through the emotion, but
I'm never going to make it.
Yeah.
I go through some mad shit as well, where I'm like, I doubt myself. I'm like, fuck, what happened? Like, I'm never going to make it through this. I'm never going. Then 15 minutes ago, I'm like, okay, back in.
But I feel like
there's
a difference between, like, you know, where, like, some people think about it and then they go with what they're thinking, and some people, like, they think and they're just like, all right, I'm gonna go and just get shit done.
Yeah,
like, you can have that cry in that moment, but you're gonna go do it anyway.
Yeah,
you just express.
I think it's a very good tool, this one, for people listening. Give yourself 15 minutes when something bad happens. Don't say, oh, when am I gonna get? Just give yourself 15 minutes. Say, okay, I'm not meant to be strong right now. I'm not meant to do anything. I'll take action after 15 minutes. For now, I'm just going to let my emotions boil and cook. I'll let it be 15 minutes. So then you're controlling the fact that you're okay with it 15 minutes, and then back onto the strong mentality, like, it's nothing. I'll go again. It's not a big deal. I'll try again. But give yourself those 15 minutes to say, okay, I'm okay to be a little bit moany now.
Yeah.
And then move on from there. But at least you're giving yourself that little breakthrough strong mentality, because that can also be toxic if you don't use it properly. You know, you need a great balance in life. Life is all about balance. So if you have that in place for you, where you allow yourself to be in that way and say, okay, 15 minutes are gone, stop being a bitch now. And I think that works one. Well. Yeah, that works sick for me.
What's next for you?
Conquer the world. Paolo?
300.
Conquer the world, mate. Do you know what? I was talking to Dan the other day, and he thinks I'm a weirdo, because I am. Where I was like, we always have this mad banter. And I'm like, you know what? Because George, we were talking, we were quite open as friends, and Georgia was there, Dan's girlfriend. He was like, I think with you, the problem is that maybe you're not enough confident in yourself. And I'll pace myself. Like, George, you don't understand. My problem is that I'm a bit too confident. I feel like I'm Alexander the Great of fucking strength and conditioning. I want to conquer the world. So, yeah, and Georgia looked at me like, you fucking Ryan, like, you're nuts. And Dan is just there, his glass of wine, like, just looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He actually did say, oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, he's like, you're not Julius Caesar. I'm like, hey, yeah, I am. Who said so? So what's next for me? I think I wanna keep going with athletes. I wanna be the best in what I do, and that is just gonna be every day. I'm just gonna try and be the best. Have as many athletes as I want. Do I want to build my own centre one day, sports centre? Maybe. If that is the case, then yeah. But for now, I just feel like I want to get the online shit down to T, and I want to change as many lives as possible. When I know that I've got so many people that come to me and say, you changed my performance, my life, whatever it is. I just want to impact people. I don't have a limit to how much I want to do, but enough it keeps growing exponentially every day. I want to just keep changing everyone I can, because I know my mindset, the way I think works. I want to help people. So I don't want to put a number. I just want to change everyone in positive, and I want people to change me, and I want to experience people and situations more. So I want to get to a point where like I experience everything. I've talked to a lot of people, even like coming here is like one of the good things where we're exchanging thoughts, we're exchanging ways of thinking that enriches me as much as it can enrich you or the people watching. And I feel like I want to just keep doing that. I don't want to limit to it. Places, I don't care where I live. I don't really care whether it is. If tomorrow an opportunity comes where I can provide another part of the world, I may think about it. Still not sure because I didn't put that in my head. But whether I can grow and help people grow, then that's me.
Yeah.
But online for now seems like it's going pretty well. I love it. You got reach. You got limited reach online, don't you? You're just putting the word out there that it is possible, because a lot of people are quite
skeptical.
Yeah, but online coaching works enough. You are open enough to letting it work. Some people are just lazy as fuck. No program is going to fix them. I'm not there to chase you, so you do it or you don't do it. Where do you see me in 5 years?
From speaking to you for the last 2 hours, I can probably see you achieving any goals you set your mind to.
That's sick. Like.
If I'm honest, I can't. Any goals you put your mind to, whether that be like, I know we were speaking on text, you said you might go back to Italy if the opportunities arise, or maybe if it comes, because you can take your business anywhere.
Yeah.
But even if it was to just focus on strength and conditioning with Muay Thai fighters, you're going to have a stable of good people wherever you go, no matter where it is.
Where do you see yourselves, guys, in 5 years?
Where do we see yourself in 5 years? Fucking hell. Something I don't really think about often, man. There's because you know what life's like. There's so many different things going on. You never know what could happen. Like, I try to separate everything a little bit, but then because it changes so much, because we do invest in as well. Like, we got this going on.
What is your biggest dream though? What I feel like on the podcast now. Hello guys, welcome to Chained Minds. What dreams push you?
Freedom.
Love it.
I just want freedom.
That's a big one.
It doesn't matter how I get to freedom, as long as I'm enjoying myself. But the ideal is free. I want to be free. I don't want to be working. Whatever I want to do, that's so for my God, it'd be freedom, and then anything can stem off of that. But at the minute, I am investing and trading.
I feel like you and I are quite similar, because I said that same exact sentence to Dan the other day. I was like, I just want freedom.
Yeah, I don't think you need to. Some people say like you should probably have goals. Maybe you should set like targets to hold yourself accountable. But I think like you probably should have, where do you want to be?
Yeah.
And then how can I get there? Any way I can get there, and figure out, okay, how am I going to get there?
But enjoy it.
But just remember, things take time. You have to give things their shot. You can't just go from, let me do this business, and fucking half a year down the line you've gave up on it. Well, no, you've not done it. You need to go through things,
and that's the enjoyable part of it, because you have the goal, and you have the goal. The ultimate goal is freedom, and that is.
What did you say the other day? We live we already live our dreams. Didn't you?
We live in our dreams or something.
Or something like, no, you talk about the goal so much that you've already lived it.
Yeah.
And you've not done it.
You can do that sometimes, yeah. And I read it in that book.
That's neuroscience, actually.
What's it called? The ego. What's it called? The book you gave me. The Rhyme Holiday one. Ego is the end.
Ego is
the end. Are you a reading nerd in that?
I do.
Reading.
I struggle to read.
What do you call them?
A little reading book.
I struggled to.
I struggle.
Me too, man.
I'm really.
My brain goes
I read one
everywhere.
or two pages, and I start hearing stuff outside and thinking about that, and I'm thinking about this.
I'm bad.
I fucking struggle.
I just force myself to do it. You got to do it.
I'll just lose my head, man, when reading. I'll go.
I tell you what, social media makes it
hard to concentrate.
Yeah, like I said, like now I've been doing a lot more investing. I was using a lot more social media. Like you don't realize how much that zaps your brain.
Yeah.
It's probably the hardest time to be like
focused. Yeah.
it's hard to stay focused. Like, you really need to plan your days, because it's so easy to be like, oh, now, or like scroll social media, get your dopamine hit. Now you're not feeling productive for the next,
What you've actually
for the
got
next
to get
step.
going on. You feel like you've already done work, mate, and you haven't done nothing.
This is why it's a select few people, or people that can get somewhere in life, because it is fucking hard. Like, we're talking about going to just do S&C's hard. Like, all the components in life are hard, but once you can combine all these little things together and they're not that hard anymore, you'll start seeing the gains of consistency.
I'm gonna change the perception on it. It's hard. So we live in a society where it's like 3-4 seconds and you're out. So it is hard to actually have success. But isn't it actually easier for us? Because that means our competition is all gone. Everyone's being a pussy. It's the easiest time to have success in something.
Oh no! It's like hard but easy. That makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
Well, if you can weaponize it, you make it into a tool and extract yourself from being the person who uses it.
Yeah.
Then it's the easiest.
It's the easiest time, because people are too focused. So now it's time to shine.
But it's switching your brain off sometimes. You know what it's like on social media. Do this, do that. Do this as a method for everything. You have to figure out what works for you.
Need to understand. People need to understand that social media now is only a way to get to something bigger. Like, even my school community, I'll give a little tip, but you have no fucking clue of what's behind it. So don't take everything for granted, or everything for a social an account on social media told me to do this. So fucking what? Are you actually going to take a social media account for like religion? Like, are you stupid? Like, whoever's on Instagram making decisions based on a video, you're dumb as fuck. I'm sorry. Just experience things, like break them down. Don't just listen to me. Don't listen to me. Look at my proof. Go on my school community. Click the button below. Just to let people know.
I'll put the link down below as well.
I don't even remember the link. I've got people like helping me out on there.
I'll be able to find it anyway.
I will never be able to do it by myself. Fucking hell. It's so hard.
It is. Dana White says it, doesn't he? He says you can outwork all these retards.
He goes, you're remotely a savage. You'll
make it.
Everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you actually want to be remembered in life, Paolo, as the person?
Like a person that just unconventional thinker, and whatever he puts his hands on, he helps. I just want to be known like the person that, through his words, through his actions, he's helped so many people. If I do that, I'm happy. I don't care about anything else. I used to be the type of person that wanted to like be remembered as a millionaire, but I know that is a byproduct of the things I'm going to do. And I'm not chasing the byproduct. I'm chasing the goal. And then whatever comes with it, I know it's going to be, usually it's money, but freedom,
money's the tool.
Money's a tool, yeah. And it's something that comes with it, but I want to be happy. I want to be free. I want to make people happy. Like, I can't explain how that has changed throughout the years for me. I want to, like, look at B yesterday when she won. She got her kid up and she put it on top of her shoulder. That is happiness to me. Do you know how big of a feeling that feels for me? Or someone wins their fight and they've been struggling with something in life, and that feels relieving. To me, that's happiness. I want to make sure that people remember me for the person that helps and promotes good mindset, makes people happy, just does insane shit. I want people to think about me like, how the fuck does he do it? As that. Because I know I do a lot of shit, and I've got so much more in that I don't talk to people. But I've got a lot of things I'm going to be like, people are going to be like, what the fuck? How does he know how to do all that? Just goes to show. I've got little missions here and there.
Yeah. Constantly growing.
Yeah.
What's been your most euphoric moment in life so far? So a pinnacle moment for you that stands out. It sort of makes your hair stand up when you think about it.
Oh my days. One of my saddest moments was one of my happiest, because it was 2025, the start of 2025, where for some reason or another I felt shit. I think my dad was in hospital all the way through Christmas and New Year's. I was like, this is sad, man, because I've never spent a Christmas without my family, and he's okay, like nothing serious, just herniated disc, whatever. And I was like, this is sad as fuck. I need to make sure every day of 2025 is going to be one of the best days of my life. And I'll put that as a mission. Every day of 2025, I have to do something that makes me happy. So I'm not wasting not one day of my life. So that was a pinnacle moment, which was a sad moment, but brought happiness in my life because my mindset just went, start being happy. And not that before that it was sad, but it just changed my perspective. I was like, I need to enjoy life. And I need to make sure that every moment from now on counts. So that is a pinnacle moment for me, even though it wasn't the best. But I've had good moments.
Your moment.
I've had great. I'll play the piano. I won concerts. I won.
Playing piano?
Yeah, when I was a kid. I've done a lot of stuff. Like I've played in stadiums. I've seen people win doing whatever thanks to me. I've had people thank me. That's the best one when people message you say.
You still play the piano?
Much. Here and there, but not so much. When I was 16, I moved here. I stopped. Like, I was a prodigy.
Did you move here on your own?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's a big thing.
Yeah. I was like, Mum, Dad, I think I'm gonna move. And I'm like, yeah. Cool.
Why England?
Because Mum is English, so I thought in Italy, England was a promised land. You know,
Is that how it's looked?
not anymore. Not anymore.
No, not anymore. We've gone down to the same level. We're like the south of Italy. We're a bit lower.
Still not there. You still got some work to do, mate. But England was a promised land because economically you were in a much better place than us, and we saw England as a place where if you put the effort in, you get rewarded. Is it the case? I don't know, but I think my parents always pushed me to do things that didn't limit me to a place or to a certain amount of people. So they were like, do it now, just move. So 15 years old, just moved here, decided to do my thing. That's what, oh mate, oh my God. Like the first years in England were so fucking hard. That's when you realise I'm 15, I'm by myself. That's when I started feeling sorry for myself. And from those first 2 years, I'm like, I need to change this shit. I can't talk to myself like that because I felt so sorry for myself. It was bad. I was like, nah.
Was you close with your mum and dad as well?
We talk every night.
Yeah. So
every
a big
day
thing,
of my life.
man. At that age, 15.
Yeah, who was you staying with and stuff?
So when I was playing football, they sent us into families from the football academy. The football academy
had digs.
Yeah, shithole, mate. I had this woman that was meant to cook for us. Her portions were small. I'm like, I'm Italian. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, Italians eat. Italians eat. I went to a restaurant in Rome with my girlfriend's dad and her boss. He's Italian. He's from Rome, and we were eating, and so you're getting like the starters, and then they had like another starters, and then they had something else, and then it was like, oh, now we're all getting a pasta. And
you stop eating when you're disgusted.
And we're all getting a pasta. I was like, what, sharing it still? And they were like, no, we're getting like, everyone's getting their own. And we were, all of the English people were like, we're out. We're out. And they were all eating still. And they were like, you can't eat properly. I was like, what the hell is going on?
This woman, she was awful, man. She's tried rationing food. I'm like, you're getting paid by the academy and you treat me like. And then every time we got digestives, she got annoyed because we got 3 instead of 1. So what I did before leaving, for 1 week, I just made the house hell, and I'm quite bad like that. If someone does something bad to me, I'll just make sure it's a nightmare for you. So everything in her house was broken. Every type of food she was having, I just destroyed it, threw it out in the bin. All her bathroom was fucked. I just decided to fuck her bathroom. How many kids did she
used to have?
Well, they were all grown up, so they left. It was just me and another guy from the academy. But I made that house a shithole afterwards. It was like Christine, her name was, Manchester.
Oh, you're up in Manchester?
I was, yeah.
Fuck it now.
Yeah,
I was going to say who you are.
What academy?
That's why you were getting. That's why you were getting.
I did a few trials there, like same Man United, like a few weeks trials, and that was nothing special. But it was an academy that is meant to send you into other academies because they were kind of an agency. They train you, then you're playing against a lot of teams, and they send you United, City, Leicester, wherever it is. But shit, really, if I have to be completely honest. I would do it again just because I know how it made me. Like I remember being in that academy, like feeling like I'm so far away from my family because I was, and you don't understand it as a kid. Like this is part of life. Everyone goes away from their family sooner or later. But yeah, we always with my family. We always talk. Always like every night we just have a little call. So we always quite close. Always.
How did you end up down here, down this side?
Because I think Bedford was one of Well, they said it was one of the best uni
actually in Bedford as well. Wasn't
I
there?
did. Trust me, I did not come here for the Italians. Oh my days. So I came to Bedford because the University of Bedford was known for sports, so that's why I did it. And then I just found a good group of friends, got the gym, and then from there it's just hard to move. So I'm okay. Bedford's not too bad.
Bedford's alright.
People complain about Bedford, it's dangerous. Fucking every place is dangerous. Every place is horrible or nice. It just depends what you make out of it. So I'm okay in Bedford. And again, if I'll move in the future, we don't know. Tell you what, Sweden is a great place to be. Also, Australia is a great place to be, but I wouldn't move for fucking nothing. There's too many weird animals there. And the US is a place where I would love to be. My sister scattered in Canada. My brother is with me. So my parents are just living life in South Italy, chilling, enjoying
Your brother
life.
lives with you?
Fucking bastard, mate. He's so lazy. Talk about mentality. Oh, he's such a shit mentality.
Yeah.
I love him. Yeah, bless him. I love him. He's so good. He's one of those guys that has so much talent and he won't use it.
He went the football route though.
Yeah.
Right? He played
yeah, but if you see him play football, you're like, what the fuck?
He's not playing professional football now?
No, he just plays with uni and bangs like 6 goals a match. Just out of fun. And then he does 0 hours of sleep. He goes to play football, scores hat-tricks and comes home and sleeps. I'm like, how the fuck do you do it? I had to train 6 hours a day to do it. And like,
What's he doing in uni? Strength and conditioning?
Yeah, he wishes. So he's doing sports coaching and development. And sorry for anyone that's doing that, but it's like, what? It's shit. Like it's basically the degree of people that don't want to do anything except wanting to spend a little bit of money on your university and stuff like that. But at least he's doing something, which I'm happy. In the future, if he does anything with sport, we'll probably open something together. But yeah, it goes to show, like, we all away from our family that we all love so much. But Italy is it's definitely not the best place to live in right now. You either go there as a millionaire or don't go. Maybe North Italy can, but then I'll have to talk English all the time. Otherwise they'll call me monkey or African.
Racist bastard.
It is bad.
Funny, man. That is funny. Paolo, thank you for coming.
Yeah, man, that was a
pleasure.
This is unbelievable. I'm going to link all your stuff down below for everyone. I'll link your school. I'll definitely be able to get your link off of you anyway, or I'll get it off of your profile. Yeah, thank you for coming on. I know the listeners are going to enjoy it. Like that's that type of mindset, man.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
That was a wicked point.
Yeah, that was unreal.
Strong.
People, make sure you comment.
Yeah,
strong.
Gay shit.
make sure you comment your best bits down below. Like, what did you take out of the pod? And go over to Paolo's profile and check him out, man. If you're one of these people who are struggling or need help with anything, message us, message him.
Yeah, talk to people.
Yeah,
fucking message. That's a big one.
Find your
I think you
community.
said it beforehand on other podcasts. Like, just talk to people. We're all open. We're all open to receive messages. So just shout us, and we'll just respond, try help.
yeah. And people keep being great, and peace, people.
Yeah, that was a wicked point.